Hey Acolytes, Evil Steve here. Now, some of you may know this. I come from a TTRPG background. And before we were streaming Blood in the Clocktower, my friends and I were streaming Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, many other RPG systems, anything we could get our hands on, really. I love the collaborative storytelling, the character growth, and just sort of the constant change that those systems can bring from session to session. And so last year I sat down and I started cooking up a nugget of an idea. I said, what if I could bring some of that to Blood in the Clocktower? It would let me meld two of my favorite pastimes into one experience. And that's when I came up with this idea for Legacy Clocktower. Now, after looking it up, let's just be clear, I did not invent the Legacy format. It's been explored a few times before in the Clocktower space, but I wanted to try my own take on things. So in this series, we're going to be exploring a shared TTRPG-like game experience together. Our plan is to do 12 of them, one per month, over the upcoming year, and each game will have consequences and effects that will carry over into future games. Not only limited to the sort of the story that happens, but also the powers, the roles, the characters, anything could affect future sessions. Now, within each session, completing side quests will unlock new characters for future games. Characters which die off in exceptional ways during our sessions might just be gone permanently from the series. The script will have to evolve from week to week, and we might be playing out different scenarios that can fundamentally alter the game itself for that 1 week. But regardless of where we go from week to week, we know one thing. It's going to culminate at the end of the year-long saga with a big showdown for the very soul of Ravenswood Bluff itself. The thing is, we just have no idea where the story will be when we get there or what it's even going to look like. But I'm excited to figure it out together. So I hope you come along for the ride, and I hope you like what we've started here. So please come back and experience the entire fate of Ravenswood Bluff along with me and the rest of the Grim stream team. Enjoy the game.
Yeah, hi, welcome, and welcome to episode 1 of our Legacy Clocktower series titled The Fate of Ravenswood Bluff. I will be honest, I had a chat before we went live, and I'm not 100% fully sure what's going to happen with it yet either. We're figuring it out together as we go out through the course of the year. So I got ideas, but your choices, players, the decisions you make, the actions you take will have rippling butterfly effect like ramifications that will float out throughout the rest of the year. This is planned to be a 12 episode series. We'll do it 1 episode per month, starting in January, ending in December. And over the course of that time, we'll just tell more than just playing Clocktower. We're going to tell a fun, cool story, and all of you will have a hand in telling that story. So thank you guys for being here for our start of that. Let's see. Yeah, so I wrote down some notes. So players, you might have some questions. Chat, you might have some questions. So I'm just going to run through this real quick to explain what the hell is a Legacy game and how does it pertain to Clocktower anyways, right? Well, the core idea behind Legacy games are fairly simple. As you play, the rules evolve and change for future playthroughs of that game. And our playthrough is going to be no exception to that rule. So as we play over the course of these 12 episodes of the story, 1 episode per month, the game is going to change and evolve based on the actions, decisions, and outcomes of each episode. So our story is starting set a small time after the events of Trouble Brewing. I imagine if you're watching Blood in the Clocktower content, especially a Legacy series, you probably have some idea of what Trouble Brewing is. The first script you're recommended to play, and if you start a Clocktower without playing Trouble Brewing, yell at your storytellers because you should be playing more Trouble Brewing, right? It's just an awesome experience. However, this script and this story starts a short time after Trouble Brewing happened, so the script starts very similar with a few tweaks because, for instance, characters that died in this version of the Trouble Bring aren't around anymore in our story. Like our poor Slayer that's missing from the script. Because the Slayer did not survive won't survive for this story anyway. Between episodes, in the month between episodes, chat and I will work together to decide where the story goes. And more importantly, what changes happen to our game. It might be as simple as removing executed and killed characters from the script. So you might want to be very careful before you execute a role that you want to stick around in future playthroughs. It might be as advanced as adding complete homebrew characters to the world and to the story. So we could come up with the homebrew character, add it, and it'll be available for the rest of the playthrough. The only limit is our imagination and ultimately what makes for a good story. A good fun story, because that's what we're cared about. All right. One small rules thing to be aware of, because this impacts you guys as players and chat, you as well. I am putting the concept of a side quest into our game series. Side quests are basically situations or options and things that you want to do, which usually are publicly known to all players. Completing these optional side quests will have greater impact on future games. So you can go through, you don't have to complete the side quest, but if you happen to do one of these side quests, it'll have bigger ramifications for future games. So if you can work them into your winning of the game, sometimes it has to do with winning the game. Sometimes it has nothing to do with winning the game. I'll announce some tonight, and you'll have an idea for what I plan to do. But more importantly, I don't know about more importantly, but more directly affecting the game, we will be doing MVP rewards for each session of the year. So this could be for an amazing play. It could be for like a fun story moment, dedicated role play, or basically anything chat decides, because they will be voting at the end of each session who gets this reward. It's up to them. You got to sell them. The reward that player gets will be an ongoing bonus that will last throughout the entirety of this legacy run throughout the year. So if you earn that reward tonight, you will have some special power / reward that will carry through the rest of the year. And that's basically the core rules. First, before I go to chat, players, do you have any questions about what we're doing here that I can answer?
At the same time, there are certain criteria that if we meet that are unknown to us, but if we meet can also affect the story moving forward.
Are you talking about the side quest, Fredo?
No. So the notion is like, one thing you brought up was if we vote and execute the Undertaker unanimously, then the Undertaker could be gone.
True.
That would be like a hidden criteria that we don't know, but could impact future games.
Yeah, so every action you guys decide in the course of this game could affect future games, as simple as executing a player, as simple as like who the demon kills at night might just be gone. All of that could affect future games, but it's not guaranteed. It just gives us options as storytellers to craft an interesting story going forward. But the specific side quests I mentioned, which are like optional objectives, those will be in general publicly known what you're trying to accomplish. So just because you execute someone doesn't mean that the character is definitely off the script. But if you execute someone, they're definitely have that option to us, right? If your character survives throughout the end of the episode, well, that character is probably going to be around for future episodes. And if you role play it well enough, you might actually change the character's name to reflect your character that you've invented. So for now, they're just generic characters, but that could change.
Will there be side quests for both alignments?
There will be side quests. Each team generally has its own side quest. Yes.
Nice.
And there will be extended time given for role playing.
If you prefer extended time for role playing, then I guess that could be accommodated. Yes.
Yes.
Well, role playing as a criteria for stuff.
I want to role play because I like role playing.
Right.
I'm so bad at
I
role
asked
playing.
if he-
I hope no one expects it of me.
McKay's the demon.
I'll be
Okay,
role
what's the
playing
best
as
role-play from you?
McKay. That's who I'm gonna be.
Perfect.
tonight.
Role play as yourself. That works.
Great.
No, it's the goblin.
Next
Becca, you
month.
had a question earlier too?
Me?
I didn't have a legitimate question. I was being annoying and asking what trouble brewing was.
Boo. Boo Becca, everyone. Boo.
Boo.
All
Why
right.
are you booing her? She's right.
Oh my God. Chat, do you guys have
brewing,
any
more
questions? I think you said something. So El Abo Kitty Rainstar says, I think you said sometimes the in-between games might affect main game or something, right? All of that we can still figure out as we go along. Generally, there will be a stream that takes place between the main streams. It'll be just like Chat and I, and we're going to discuss how the previous game should affect the story of the next game. I have like a seed for the starting story tonight that will branch depending on what happens here, but the actual rule changes that you guys want to see, we'll figure out together. And
are we banned from watching these in between videos with you and chat?
That's what I was just about to ask.
that's what we're figuring out. So one of the ideas I had that I pitched to our YouTube community is doing it as a YouTube only thing and putting it behind like the YouTube membership so players can't see it, and only people that are like really vested in taking part can see the secret videos behind the scenes until the whole series ends, and then they'd all go live.
Or moderators.
I do that.
You're gonna sneak her ass in. No.
So Pangam says, in the time between episodes, a new mayor could be elected and a new librarian could move in. Yeah, that's all possible. Like you could be like if a mayor dies in the town, that doesn't mean that the life goes on with no mayor, right? You need a mayor, so somebody will move in and take up that role potentially. But it gives us leniency to say, okay, well, we're gonna live in a for a while with no mayor in the game. Yeah.
Who even really needs a mayor? What do mayors do? Nothing.
Nothing.
I mean, never mind. I'm not going to say it.
I wonder if you could elect the previously dead mayor character back to the mayor position.
Look, apparently they can have influence on me.
We could have a mayoral
That'd be
election
weird.
at the start of the episode, and whichever you guys vote would become for sure the mayor.
Oh my goodness.
We'll gain the
I'll
mayor
be mayor.
ability. Wow, that does, like,
Did you put Gardner in play? No,
they're not
Gardner.
necessarily
Did not.
like a good
You-
player.
You could
Not
have chat
right.
vote on the mayor, and then the person has the mayor ability and doesn't, and you don't know who it is, who also has the mayor ability.
The reality is we could do anything we want. That's what makes this so fun and exciting. Danny boy?
Real quick, Steve, can you move us to a US server? I think you have us in US or EU East right now.
Rob.
Not me.
Rob, were you playing on the
Oh,
EU
yeah, man.
servers?
No, I don't ever look at it.
All right, we're switching servers all.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Good call, Danny
That
boy.
might have been what it was.
I can see everybody now. This is so exciting.
I think Rob opened the lobby and it must have just kept over previous settings or something. It's weird.
Rob.
I think it defaults to whatever you had set before, unless for whatever reason, Rob, you're in the EU and we don't know.
How are you in the
US
EU
East-
without telling us?
US East 2 is the lowest for me, 74 milliseconds. But
Hey, Denny, why are you banned from Europe?
You have to understand, it's my legacy.
Are you banned from the whole continent?
Last month in or 6 months ago in the world of trouble brewing. Let's just say I got banned from Europe.
Wow.
All right, so I'm gonna get started with our story beat. That's gonna set up the thing before we go to bed, and then I'll pass out rolls. So this is probably where a lot of this stuff probably will be cut from the edited video. If you're tuning in later for this is the live stream experience, you get this back and forth dialogue, but oh, we're getting serious now. You guys ready?
Let's go, baby.
We're not
Let's
getting.
get down to business.
Just to be clear, we are not getting
Hell yeah.
serious at all on this. Don't take it too seriously. Have fun. Be
Oh,
silly.
no.
Five.
I'm gonna be so. This is the night when I'm gonna get real competitive.
This is
All right.
It becomes an esport for me now.
If we don't win the Legacy Clocktower Episode 1.
Yeah, but
Bad.
what are you gonna
What are we
do?
even living for anymore, right?
It only sets the tone for the rest of the year, guys. Gosh.
Sorry.
If you lose the first
No
game,
pressure.
you permanently gain the Tinker ability.
Lose the blood on the clock tower.
If
I
you,
use in real life.
intentionally get myself to lose this game. I love the Tinker.
if you personally are the reason game 1 loses, you gain the Tinker ability in the next game. Would be an amazing additional role.
Oh, that's
I like
a fun
how
one.
MVP is basically politician.
Nashable says the first player to be executed should be banned for the rest of the year.
No.
Removed from the Legacy Clocktower Experience.
Now we're speaking my word. Denny nominates Rob.
Damn, Denny.
It would make day 110.
Can we execute the storyteller for this?
There's no
Yeah,
atheist on the
once we-
script. There is no
Get
atheist
evil
on the script.
Steve out of here.
Look, I'm not saying that's what we're doing. I'm just saying that's the kind of crazy ideas we might come up with later.
But Steve,
A call
if we
for the
can
exile
do
of Nash.
anything in these games, do we need to have an atheist on the script to execute them?
But the difference is anything that I'm breaking normal clock tower rules will generally be publicly known to all players before it starts. I think that's the difference between what we're doing in an atheist game is because we're going to be adding rules and changing the game as we go along, but players are in on what's changing and know what's changing. Unless
What we need.
there might be some rule where I can't tell you, but then I'll tell you that I can't tell you, and that'll be more fun.
So
I
what we
just quick
actually
check
need
to
is
make sure
a-
there's. Go ahead.
Oh, so what we actually need is a bootlegger.
True.
Yeah, you know, we do the bootlicker.
I just quick check to make sure atheist wasn't on the script.
Yep, it's not.
Sure is not.
TV, don't give me that.
All right.
look.
Good news.
Now we're going to get started. Here we go.
I'm not giving anybody any looks.
Yeah, you can, when I said bootlicker, you were like, "What?" I'm like,
Yeah, no, I accidentally said bootlicker.
The bootlicker
That's
fable
what we
coming
need.
next week. Chat room, write that down. They're giving us plenty of gold to work with next week. Bootlicker
I
fable,
thought you were
go.
already gone, Steve.
No.
Danger. Speaking.
Liquor, whoever compliments the game the most.
All right. Quiet, please. Life goes on in the small town of Ravenswood Bluff. Just over 6 months ago, this place was the scene of a series of horrible murders that many believed were supernatural in nature. Families huddled in their houses at night, doors locked, lights extinguished, praying that nothing would hurt their children. When prayers failed to work, they instead turned to the occult, sacrificing animals and offering their bodies to whatever went bump in the night. It wasn't until a local teenager stepped up and saved the day. A hero immortalized forever as Steve, the Slayer of Demons. With his trusty crossbow, he shot a person many people trusted, the man who served as the mayor's butler. With a horrendous death rattle, Mike died a horrible, agonizing death, cursing the people of this town and vowing that this was not over. Since then, the town has lived in relative peace. People have slowly begun to trust each other again. And we find ourselves sleeping on the eve of this town's centennial anniversary celebration. Good night, Ravenswood Bluff. Get some rest for tomorrow's big day. So I'm going to go build a bag real quick, and then we'll go to sleep. Hi, chat. How are you guys doing? Sorry, I saw we got a follow from Kronk, Code Monkey, Sky Bingus. Thank you guys all for the follow. I am going to not be accepting any requests for shout outs or anything like that. So let me turn those off temporarily. No rolls in the bag, no high rolling the game, no shout outs. I'll leave method of death, but make it thematic to what we're doing. Athena, what if one character from the losing team is permabanned from Whale Bucket games? Just affecting Whale Bucket randomly on the server? That's kind of awesome. Mazephiles, it's essentially kind of like Clock Tower, but roleplay, but also the things that happen in one session will affect the next.
and there will be rule changes that kind of cascade throughout the whole year. So the game we're playing at the end of the year will be very different than the beginning of the year. But this first episode is as close to normal Clocktower as you get. In fact, there are no real special rules in place. It is just Trouble Brewing 6 months later is the story we've set up. Yeah, the butler did it, Addie. So I'm setting up a story between, is the demon being summoned? Is it a baby that's being birthed? Or was a demon laying low? So Trav, the Zon modifies outsiders completely. If there's a Zon in play, outsider, it replaces the Baron, so it's infinite outsider manipulation. So here's what we're doing. We're doing Little Monster. The story that we're going for is that the demon and the Scarlet Woman got together and had a baby. And the baby's she's been pregnant for the last few months and just gave birth to the new Little Monster. And we will then be raising this baby who is going to essentially be growing in power. Listen, if the demon looked like a butler, right? It makes sense. What are you talking about? Canonically, this is Mike's kid, Circuit. Yeah, and Penguins. You guys are on the same wavelength there. So we're doing Little Monster, which gives us an extra minion. So I like doing Poisoner. We probably do Scarlet Woman because of the implications of the Scarlet Woman being there. I think I'm going to do Poisoner Spy Zon. Poisoner Spy Zon. We'll leave the Scarlet Woman out just for story reasons. Well, okay. Maybe she was pregnant 3 months before the demon died, or maybe demon gesticulation, maybe it's not, it's 6 months. Yeah. Or the Scarlet Woman died giving birth. I think the Scarlet Woman, I could include the Scarlet Woman in here, but like, I just dislike Scarlet Woman Little Monster interaction. Right. I dislike the way that Little Monster and Scarlet Woman works. And I have plans for the Scarlet Woman as a role going forward. So I'd love to not get the Scarlet Woman killed and allow the Scarlet Woman to stay around. So I would be fine with Zon for Scarlet Woman also. You guys let me know what you think. I think with the Zon, we would do probably a saint. She put up for adoption. Maybe she's like recovering. Poisoner Zon has a little bit of overlap, right? Because on the Zonite, the Poisoner is kind of useless, which is unfortunate. But I guess a Poisoner, yeah. So with Zon, we can add 3. We can do a Saint, and we can do a Recluse, and we can have a Hidden Drunk. I definitely want the Scarlet Woman to be around for future iterations, so we'll hold off on her being in the game. And this gives us 7 townsfolk, 1 secretly a drunk. So we can do Virgin. We can do Monk. We can do Steward. Little Monster doesn't get Bless, right? There isn't really any information yet, Tiki, just because this is the first one we've done. I haven't put anything out. This is just, there's no legacy rules in place quite yet. How does Alsa here interact with Little Monster? Do they have to guess the person holding the baby is the demon and the minion? They just have to guess all 3 minions? Whoever's the minion is the demon? Yeah, there's 2 ways I can think of, right? You have to guess all 3 minions and the demon, or the person holding the baby just considered the demon. We'll include a Raven Keeper, a Fortune Teller, And we'll include a librarian, and we're going to make one of these roles the drunk. Okay, whoever's holding the baby is the demon. The other two would have to be guessed as minions. That makes sense to me. That all makes sense to me, yeah. There's no jinx, so that all checks out to me. Okay. I think I don't want to do monk and soldier, so I'll take out the monk. I'm going to include the Alsa here. Do we want a mare? Let's include a mare in place of the Alsa here. Yeah. Now you said that's how Alsa here baby works. I see that in reveal. Perfect. It all makes sense to me. I just want to make sure before I committed to something. Okay. I'm going to pass out these rolls. We have Eric the Zon, Coulson the Poisoner, and Nina the Spy. And then for a drunk, I'm going to be boring and I'm going to do a drunk Ravenkeeper, I guess. Drunk Mare is so mean. Okay. They might not get blessed. They also got the spy. Okay. This should be it. This is our... Yeah, the mayor can... So story-wise, was an Alsa here or a Zon? I imagine that in our story, the Zon is sort of like... It has that sort of like snake figure 8 infinity symbol. So I like to imagine that it's almost like a secret like tribe of like snake person that like wears the skin of a human, but is actually like a snake behind the scenes. And the way it affects things is through its like mystical like rituals it does. It can like put like the whole town under like a fog. Oh yeah, politician, right? Lizard people. And then the Alsa here. What do we want an Alsa here to be story-wise? We didn't go with one, right? So we don't have to figure it out. But what would an Alsa here be? Is my replacement for the Slayer. All right, let's put him to sleep.
Use TikTok now, specifically because of the welcome back message.
Yep. I didn't join before, never joining now.
All right, players, you should have your roles. Good night. Okay, so I'm going to get all of our minions in here. Hey there, Nina. Hey there, Coulson. 1 second, please. Hello there, Eric.
Hello.
Hello.
You are our evil team.
All right.
We are playing a little monster game.
Okay.
So I will be using the in-app communication system for you guys to choose who holds the baby. The story, obviously, in this case, is that the demon and one of its minions procreated and created a baby that you guys are in charge of controlling while it feasts on townsfolk to grow to full strength. So your goal is to make sure it survives, you win the game, and the demon will, in future stories, will be fully grown, right? Evil, this game, will have a secret side quest. So townsfolk won't know what this is, but I'm telling you 3 players right now, because it's important for you three. So your bonus optional side quest is, let me just make sure I word this right. Okay. If you guys can win without changing who holds the baby the entire game, there will be a superpower, like it'll help bolster evil in future stories. That's your optional side quest.
It's a difficult one.
It is a difficult one. It's completely optional. If you can do it, you can do it. If you can't, don't lose the game because of it. So, all right. That's it. I'll go ahead and send your cards in a minute for you to pick who's holding.
All right.
Thanks. All right. Let's choose who holds the baby. How does spy let me just count down. Okay. How does spy holding the little monster work? Because the spy can register as anything, right? But then they're also the demon, so are they able to misregister even while holding the demon? I guess so. Spy baby can register as everything. Perfect. Yeah, because the spy can't normally register as a demon, but they can if they are the demon. Penguins, you would throw a game for roleplay purposes? Perfect. I would love that. That's kind of the stuff we're going for. We'll do this character selected you, little monster. Okay, perfect. Let's go tell Becca that either Ash or Satan is the drunk. Becca doesn't want to pick up. Why don't people want to pick up? Hey there, Becca. No worries. I figured you were mid-convo. Oh, yes. Wait. You're the librarian. Let me come back to you. Okay. I have to do some more stuff. You're not first in the night order. You kind of are, but you aren't. I'll come back to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to do the poisoner first. Good call, chat. Hey, Colson. Pick a player.
I will pick, I think, McKay. Obvious choice for us.
Okay. McKay it is. Thank you, Colson. Wait, why is McKay the obvious choice?
Just sat between
you guys with the baby. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's a fair choice. Okay.
All right.
After you said it and I looked and said, okay, yeah, that is the obvious choice.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Bye. I could just tell Becca I hadn't chosen yet.
So there's that takes out like the kind of the timing element.
Yeah.
Real quick. So we got to choose here. So we'll do, I haven't actually chosen yet, right? So we'll do outside or wrong. And then we'll put a good ping onto the Saint. That seems reasonable. But with a librarian ping, that's dangerous. Okay.
No,
yeah, during GDQ.
All right, Becca. I've now successfully set all the reminder tokens I needed to set before I came to the librarian to tell them who they were going to see.
Good job, Steve. I'm so proud of you.
You are going to see either Satan herself or Ash is the drunk.
All right. Thank you.
Joy. Need a red herring. I mean, is the red herring ever not the mayor? Hey there, Rob. Damon Dalrymple with your hood pulled up, getting into the roleplay early.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Who are you going to look at tonight?
I am the mystical fortune teller, and I think I'll do. The people I have the hardest time reading are Eric and Coulson, so I'm going to pick Eric and Coulson.
All right, you pick Eric and Coulson, and you learn that no, neither of them is the demon.
Wonderful, thank you.
Enjoy. Oh my gosh, chat. Just sniped the 2 minions not holding the baby. That was oddly close. Also, just to be aware, there is no empath on this version of the script. Empath is out and Village Idiot is in. That was a close one. Whew. Let's go to Satan. Hello there, Satan herself.
Hello. What is up?
You look like you want to be the demon. You got the horns going.
I do always want to be the demon, and lately I haven't been drawing it.
Okay, fair. Well, I'll let you know. Just keep your hopes up. There is a summoner on the script. You could be summoned into the demon mid-game. You don't know. Hope is not lost for you yet.
Picking me would be an interesting move for a summoner, considering that's what everybody would expect, but I wouldn't be against it.
I would never put it past my players to do the funny thing over the most mechanically best thing. But yeah. I will let you know that you're going to start knowing a good player.
Indeed I am.
That good player is Mark.
Mark. All right. Noted.
Perfect.
Thank you, Evil Steve, who
fun.
I definitely trust all of his information from all time.
Bye.
Bye.
Legacy, how does this work? For now, Al, completely normal game. We will have future roles that affect the game. We did say that, right? The spy has to register as the demon no matter what if they're holding it. I'm gonna wake Nina. Wake Nina. Show the Grim. Then for story reasons, I need to set my name to something. So I am now Steve, Slayer of Demons. There we go. Steve, Slayer of Demons. So essentially, I mean, you can go back and watch the VOD later, but essentially the idea is this first game will affect future games. There's a side quest that Evil has, which we learned if they can win without changing who's holding the baby the whole game, they get a special bonus in future episodes. Like Evil Team gets special bonuses. And I'm about to announce the good side quest that good players are going to do. And we're going to vote for an MVP. You guys are, and whoever gets MVP will then get a special power that affects that they can carry for the rest of the year in the Legacy series. Yes, Jolman, this is the first game in a whole Legacy Blood in the Clocktower campaign. Very cool. Thanks for being here for the first one. All right. We're ready to wake them up. Let's do it. I will follow her and try to check, yeah. Stickers? Oh, if there's a way to put stickers on people, that'd be hilarious. Yes, we could put stickers on Mark. All right, let's go wake him. Good morning, Ravenswood Bluff. You awaken to raised voices in the town square. As you emerge to see what happened, you are met with an unforgettable scene. Steve, Slayer of the Demon, is dead. Hung from the clock tower in the center of town, legs up, head severed. Blood drips down the front of the clock, pooling upon the cobblestone floor as gravity does its thing. The same way the murder started so long ago. Immediately as the night watchmen begin to corral you away from the crime scene so the investigator can get to work, the whispers begin. Rumors begin to fly. Perhaps the demon was never truly killed in the first place and has just been biding its time, ready to strike back. Perhaps the demon had impregnated one of its minions, and now there's a baby who lashes out uncontrollably at night. Or perhaps this is just the first step of a summoning ritual that will end with the total destruction of Ravenswood Bluff. One thing is for sure. Someone, somewhere, is to blame for this murder. And without Steve here to save you this time, it's up to you to enact vigilante justice and protect your loved ones. And you had better do it fast, townsfolk, because your very life might be at stake. Attention, good players. Here is your optional side quest for this session. Make sure all minions are also dead by the time you win this game. Evil players. You've already been secretly informed what your goals are. Good luck.
That's ominous. Mighty ominous.
Also, what is a
Wait, now,
summoner?
Should we be concerned about the talking tornado outside? Because he didn't say anything about it. He didn't say anything about that.
He did not say
He was
anything
real
about
quiet
the
about
talking
the
tornado.
talking tornado.
Please don't do that.
No? Okay.
Why are cats like this?
Okay.
Oh, who just sent me a request? I'm sorry. I was busy thinking, and apparently I can't think about two things at the same time. Good, we can.
All right, chat, what do we think?
I don't know. I don't have any information.
Well, I'll tell you this. After what happened here last time, okay?
Get my cursor, kitty.
I went on like a mystic arts kind of like Doctor Strange kind of journey through like books and texts and temples and stuff, right? And I've been training really hard. Okay? So I'm ready for this motherfucker this time.
Okay.
What have you been up to since,
I have been just training like crazy and just learning my skill and honing in my skill, and I'm just going to be beefy. I'm a ninja, but I'm a different kind of ninja.
Different kind of ninja.
I'm going to kick some butt.
Okay. Huh. All right.
And I'm going to be all defensive.
I don't know what she's bluffing. Oh, soldier.
Okay.
Not library. Librarian, Undertaker,
That's a
or
soldier bluff.
Village Idiot.
Librarian,
Low.
Undertaker, VI. Awesome. I will give you Clockmaker, Village Idiot, Monk.
Very cool. Alrighty.
All right. Thanks, Eric.
Bye.
One real interesting thing with the Clockmaker on a summoner script is that the Clockmaker would know if it's a summoner or not. It's like got a jinx roll where they don't learn the demon's position until it's been summoned, which I find super interesting. So we'll see if they can sell that fake Clockmaker number. Yeah.
I'm a village idiot.
You're drunk. You are a village idiot.
I'm the biggest idiot in the whole village.
Well, the thing is that you could still be the drunk VI if there's multiple VIs.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I am.
But you are not the drunk.
This is game one.
Yeah, I'm not the drunk.
CNR.
That's good to know. Well, I'm assuming. Did you see a drunk specifically?
I did. I did see a drunk specifically.
Okay, cool. Cool. That's good to know. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, bye.
Cool. Thank you.
I'm okay for now, but we should check in on a future day, for sure. For sure.
Okay. Do you think it's Vortox?
I don't know yet. I don't know. It's possible, but I don't know. It's too early to tell.
Oh, sorry, CNR. We were just talking about the game, setting up the rules,
It's
discussing how things
you
work.
went into a chat with 3 people, which seemed kind of weird.
Indeed.
Thanks, Alan.
Indeed.
Here, Monk.
At
Very cool.
some point, someone got VI as the initial stuck in my head, and now I can't think of it as actual village idiot anymore.
I had a bet that I was going to do on you, but it was just.
Oh God!
It was
What
just.
are you gonna do?
I was going to say that I was told secretly in the night that I had a personal goal that if I nominate and execute you on day 1, a Fangirl would be added to the trip.
That sounds like something they would do.
I know, that's why I did that, but I thought, you might be a really good role. But now that you went off with VI,
prefer
I
to
don't
live
know.
for at least a little bit. I can understand dying eventually. But I'd love a little bit of life first.
Same here. All right. Yeah, I'm willing to die whenever the time comes. Talk to you later.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hey,
You want to do some 2s or something?
whatever you want to do. What are you interested in?
I'd like to do 2. How about that? I'm the soldier or the fortune teller.
Ooh, you're the second fortune teller claim.
All right. Fair enough. Is
I'll
it you?
tell
Are you the other fortune teller?
Possibly.
Okay.
I
What
tell
do
you
you
what, I'll tell you fortune teller or raven keeper.
Yeah, pretty similar to fortune teller soldier. All right. Okay, sounds good. Have you met many village idiots so far?
I've met 0 so far.
I've met quite a few. All right.
Okay.
Absence of evil, potentially.
So steward or fortune teller. Those are the only things that you could really
Or
be.
librarian. Outsiders are good.
True. Okie dokie. Thank you. Wait, if you're a librarian, what'd you say?
If I'm a librarian, I saw Ash and Becca, one of them as the drunk.
Fascinating. Okay, cool. Good times. Okay.
Yes.
Bye.
Right. Bye.
Fascinating. I'm telling everyone I'm the biggest idiot in town, and they're assuming that means I'm the village idiot, but I'm actually just telling them I'm the mayor.
I like it, McKay. I like it.
Okay, bye.
Ooh. What would you like to do?
So I'll tell you, I have been on a journey since this last demon came through the mystic arts.
Satan
training
linked up
both
with us
my
through the
mind
Zelda-thon
and my
that we
body
did.
in different martial arts.
Welcome, Mathblade. Here's viewer once again.
This is fun.
Love a good bit.
Oh, did it ding?
It did, yeah.
You might.
Oh my god.
Welcome back,
Wow.
players to town. Before we get going on any more discussion, there might be some wild conspiracy theorists out there in the guise of an Al-Sahir. So if anyone would like to Al-Sahir guess and end this game, hands up and I'll call you around the circle. We'll start at the top. We'll start with Mark. Tell us your theory.
Ash is the demon, Becca and Satan herself are minions.
Heard. Nina.
Coulson as the demon, and Ash and Becca as the minions.
Heard. Tiffy.
Demon Dalrymple as the demon, and then Coulson and Satan as minions.
No, it's Damon, not demon.
I said Damon.
Damon as demon. Heard.
Damon.
Ash.
It could be Little Monster. I think 3 mini guesses are also valid. Or would you still have to guess the Little Monster as the person holding Little Monster as the demon?
There's also the possibility of the summoner.
I would, in a Little Monster game, require the person holding the demon, like holding the baby, to be Al-Sahir as demon, and then the other 2 to be minion picked.
Probably still better to do that at this stage. I will guess Denny as demon and Nina and Coulson as minions.
Heard. Satan.
All right, I'll guess Eric as demon and Nina and Coulson as minions.
Heard. Fredo.
As I clear through the hookah smoke, I see Coulson as a minion and Eric as a minion. But I don't see a demon.
Heard.
Dum, dum, dum.
That's a third minion.
Would Summoner be considered the demon at this point for Al-Sahir guessing?
Summoner would not be considered a demon for an Al-Sahir guess, no.
Yeah, Al-Sahir guessing with the Summoner on day 1 would be 2 minions.
Heard.
as I go back into the smoke.
I will now open the floor for discussions. The ghost of Steve, Slayer of Demons, implores you to kill the person who killed me. I just don't. I didn't see who it was, so don't ask me.
It
But
was probably Mike.
nominations are open when you're ready.
Can I nominate Mike?
Mike is not here. Sorry, Tiffy.
Can Mike never play in the Legacy game since he was the demon?
I mean, he probably has. Like he could play.
Any
What?
any legacy game that Mike plays in has to have a professor in it.
I'd say either that or El Hadikia that can res him.
He has to wear a mustache and call himself Miguel.
Just
What
starts
are you doing,
dead.
Tippy?
He plays and he has to start the game dead.
Yeah, he starts dead.
Yeah.
Ooh, actually, that's great.
Actually. So hey, what's up, everyone? How's everyone's night going?
Do you have any useful information to go off of right now?
Do we think it's a Vortox game?
Yes.
No idea.
I don't know.
We didn't talk about a talking tornado in the beginning. We were talking about demons earlier, so I think we're clear.
Do we think it's a spy game?
Oh, there's spy on the script.
There is.
There is indeed. There are a lot of minions. A lot of things.
Yeah, there are.
I thought
Yeah,
that
I heard
Steve's interlude of like there being a summoner was quite interesting. Kind of alluded to there being potentially a summoner in play.
Mm-hmm.
You also mentioned a baby, though, right?
He also
Yeah.
referred to
Yeah.
Vortex and Little Monster.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well,
yeah, I
you
think
know,
you worked in just about everything.
I don't think I heard
Probably
imp.
did.
And
then I have
I heard imp. I don't remember exactly what he said, but
then I have very little selective hearing.
That's right, Kitty. There is no Elsa here,
We
but
talked
they don't know
about,
that,
like,
so
a
there's no actual
baby,
guesses.
and then the imp was still hiding, wasn't killed.
He used the word
Speaking of
impregnate,
killing, we
and
should
it made me-
probably.
We should
Yeah, that was
Targeted
weird.
Minion.
We should probably.
There is
kill
a Vortex where
somebody.
you have to kill somebody.
Second call.
Mhm.
Denny Boy nominates Tiffy.
Any boy nominates Tiffy. Tell us why.
Hi, Tiffy. I think you're neat, but you might die. Uh-oh.
Tiffy?
I'm the virgin.
oh no.
no, not this.
Ah,
Oopsie.
that's unfortunate.
I don't know.
Actually,
All right.
I don't know which one.
It'll take
I don't
6 votes.
mind dying. I am a spend ability. I'll put a 6 vote on myself.
I wish we had communicated a little bit better beforehand.
I honestly, I only told one person that I was the virgin.
Oh,
And I wasn't gonna.
maybe
6 is enough. Tiffy's now on the
I
block.
tried a little more vocal, so that didn't happen.
Oh.
Fredo.
Nina will nominate Denny.
Oh,
Well,
Nina
Jen
got
had
in
her
there.
hand up first.
Sorry.
Fredo, I'll call you first since you had your hand up.
Okay. Fredo would like to nominate Denny.
Well, I guess it's the same nomination either way. Tell us why.
Yeah, well, it's not so much for Tiffy as much as it's Denny and our conversations over tea. After Denny left, I looked over his tea leaves, and it first it was like, I said the same thing you are, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. And I claim something that could die easily. No worries. So that's what I'm here for.
That was a lot of words that did not make any sense at all. To
I'm
me.
glad I'm not the
Don't you
only
worry
one.
about it.
Perhaps I
Denny.
will persuade people to put their hands down.
No,
Not very
I
persuasive
understand.
accusation.
I understood what he's implying.
Just so people are all on the same page. I'm the recluse. Whoopsie, oopsie poopsie. So, I mean, that's yeah.
That was a big old oopsie.
That was,
If
by the
you're
way,
the
that was the
recluse-
claim I was given during the day. So he's not making
If
it
you're
up
the
now.
recluse,
Yeah, me
I've heard
too.
of
He
three
gave that
outsiders.
claim as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Wait,
he's
Seven.
making it
You're
up,
the
it was
recluse.
earlier.
Recluse.
7
Yeah,
votes.
if you're the recluse, I've heard of three
Yeah.
outsiders, which means
I'll
it
call
might
him
be
a recluse. I got no worries with that.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't kill good players just because they don't do anything for town. Especially
I mean,
since
I
there's
will
no
tie.
impact.
Don't tie it. Don't tie it.
We all the Undertaker on this script, and the
Eric,
Undertaker
don't
doesn't
tie
learn
it.
anything by killing the
6
I thought I was 7.
is not enough.
Crap.
Nobody's on the block.
I'm sorry, help me understand. We have a
Becca nominates Eric.
Yeah.
Tell us why, Becca.
Because you just tied it, and we need to murder someone, so now it's you instead of Denny.
Not the best idea, but whatever. This, guys, I gotta roll. You don't want to do this. Oh well.
There's a lot of people that want to do this.
7 is the number.
It's a vortex potential, so we
I
gotta
know.
something.
Is there somebody else that's a better if Eric is a stronger role? Because
I mean, no one should be more willing to get killed than a spent virgin who didn't proc and a recluse.
7
So, I mean,
is enough. Eric's now on the block.
And the other options are, I mean, generally first night only info, but
for good
I'm not about to volunteer someone.
So for good prerogative, and because Steve has done this in a recent game, we are going to have to kill Denny or make sure Denny is dead at some point.
Eric, are you
Is there
claiming Saint
someone
Eric?
willing to sacrifice themselves up?
Do you have a night 1 roll that wants to die?
Yeah.
Well, does anyone want to claim evil real quick so we can lift off of Eric?
Oh, sure, Denny. Well, wait, sorry, we tried that already. Damn it.
Final call.
I gotta nominate somebody.
Take a poison, baby.
I nominate Ash.
What are you, Eric?
Eric nominates
What's
Ash.
that?
Tell us why.
If I live, you'll find out. But if I don't, you'll find out.
If we have a monk, then
If you don't, you'll never find out. If
No,
you
you
die,
will eventually. No,
We'll
you
be
got
more
to-
likely to find out if you live than if you die.
What's that?
We'll be more likely to find out if you live than if you die.
Sort of. Yeah.
Eric, the accusation is yours. We are in the middle of a nomination. Tell us why.
Because I wanted to nominate somebody and I picked Ash.
Ash?
Are you a first night roll, Ash?
I'm not. We talked. I gave you
Yeah.
claims. Neither claim I gave you was a first night only information roll.
That's why I thought you might be one.
No, if I'm a first night information roll, I'm going to be very frank about it. In
Okay,
fact.
don't do this. Someone nominate someone else. Don't go for this one.
That's it.
Cool.
That sounds sketchy.
7 will tie. 8's the number.
I don't know what's going on here.
I think Ash is good. Eric, who has your hard claim?
Nobody
I
else
don't.
has anything.
Nobody has
Eric
your hard
sounds
claim?
awful
Nope,
sketchy.
but I'm in every claim that I gave. I didn't lie throughout all.
0. I am going to bring this day to a close in 3, 2, 1. Eric, the town has decided you are not trustworthy. They bring you into the center of town, put you into the stockades, and leave you to die. Good night, everyone.
That sucked.
I would have felt so bad if he was the demon and we just
Yeah.
day one.
Oh,
guys-
guys.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's like,
I would've been
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that was so bad for Eric. Like in a way, I get what happened, right? Because Tiffy dropped her hand. Okay, well, they do this time, Sayonara. 1 minion down, 1 more to go before they kill the demon. That was so bad. That was such bad luck for Eric not paying attention to Tiffy dropping her hand because she didn't want to tie it. And in a way, like if they just did a hard Vortex check, it would kind of pan out. But whew. Yeah, but Tiffy and Denny for sure. All right. Let's get Olson's pick.
100%.
All right,
Steve.
Coulson, 1 man down on your team.
Yep.
The baby's still intact. So where are we poisoning tonight?
I think I'm going to pick Fredo.
Okay, Fredo it is. Thank you, Coulson.
Thanks.
Given what we're seeing, it's a very solid choice.
Hey there, Mr. Fredo. If you would please pick a player.
First off, I don't know what these people think of like a monk is. Do they all think like monks are super like Christian? Like I'm making cheese and beer and that's all I'm doing? Like has no one seen Once Upon a Time in China? No one's seen any like Shaolin monk? I nothing?
Since you are playing the first monk, why don't you tell us what the monk is in this Ravenswood Bluff?
Ooh, the monk in this town is of the Shaolin variety. Although I do keep a full head of hair. But I do train in many martial arts, and I will be fighting any demons that come to Colson this evening.
All right, Colson is protected. Thank you, Fredo.
Letters.
All right. Now we're going to get the players to choose who holds the baby. All right, Nina's going to hold it, which keeps up their side quest. If Nina can hold the baby the whole game and win, then Evil gets their side quest done. So who do we kill? I mean, we don't kill into Denny and Tiffy. If we want, you know what we do? We pretend it's a summoner game and kill no one, right? We pretend it's a summoner game and nobody dies. Yeah. Right, Raven? Let's just read Little Monster real quick. Little Monster does say each night a player might die. We're not obligated to kill. It also gives Colson some cred, for sure. Little Monster says each night a player... so let's just read it, right? Little Monster says each night minions choose who babysits Little Monster and it is the demon. Each night a player might die. So we're good. Yeah, it doesn't have to die. If someone had to die, we could kill, or we could kill. Yeah, we're good. All right. This is going to make it look like a summoner game. Let's get Rob's pick. Hey there, Rob. Please do me a favor. Go ahead and pick 2 players.
Okay. I'm going to pick our goblin and our virgin Tiffy.
You pick McKay and Tiffy?
Yes.
And you are going to learn, Rob, that yes, one of them is, in fact, the demon.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we'll wake and we'll show the Grim. We'll wake up. Yeah, this does a couple of things. 1, it makes Summoner still potentially on the board. 2 is it makes Nina, who's claiming Soldier, look possibly legit. It also backs up Fredo as being the monk and or that Colson was protected. If it says someone might die, then you could theoretically have to pick an... If it says they have to die, I don't know if picking a dead player is allowed with Little Monster. You could always pick the mayor and bounce it to the dead body, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it. Did Colson and Nina ever sync up? Perfect. Let's go and wake them up. The fact that it says might, for sure. I think the old version, people are saying the old version said must die or a person dies each night. But since it says might, we don't have to kill anyone. Good morning to all of our players. There were no deaths in the night.
Zon, baby.
Well,
Interesting.
interesting.
Zon?
This is a Zon, or this is
Summoner.
a summoner, or
Hello.
Hello, Colson.
Hi.
I must let you know
What must you let me know?
that of all these 11 other people in this town,
Mm-hmm.
I chose you last night.
You chose me last night. Well, who chooses at night?
Yes.
Village idiot?
All I can
No.
say is last night. And you know what? I don't care what your role is, sir.
All right.
But all I know is last night you were under the protection of the Iron Fist.
Oh, really? All right. I'm very pleased to hear that. I do have a hard claim of monk from someone else.
Lies. Fabrications.
All right. I believe you.
Only one person has trained as hard as I have in the mystic arts,
Well,
both physically and mentally.
I was pretty suspicious
Classic
of this
poison
demon
conversation.
Dalrymple character anyway. And now that I learned he's not really the monk.
That's the fool that's double claiming me?
Yeah.
What I would like you to do is back into Ravenkeeper, unless you're on the block and you have to save yourself, right? And if you have to save yourself,
Feeling Fredo.
you know, you can come out as the saint, but
Keep it in
don't
mind.
sell me
Maybe
out
he
as the
earns
fortune
MVP.
teller. Like, we can roll swap and give me as the Ravenkeeper. You know what I mean?
That's fine.
Okay.
Glad
So
you're
I'm
vibing
a
with him.
fortune teller, as you know. On night 1, I got a no on Eric and Coulson. And night 2, I got a yes on McKay and Tiffy.
Okay.
And I've only told you, I'm the fortune teller, nobody else. And I'm going to tell everyone else, I'm going to hint strongly I'm the saint, which is what you are.
I told one person outsider, didn't tell them what I was. They sort of hinted librarian, but they didn't. I said, tell me if you want it. They didn't want to give more info. So I said, I'm an outsider or Ravenkeeper to them.
Just so
Everyone else,
you're aware, there's a librarian that supposedly saw a drunk, and there's a recluse. So if you are also an outsider, that means we have maybe a Zan or something else weird going on. Maybe someone's lying. So,
or they're lying about being librarian.
Whose pings you are.
what? oh, I see.
Monk, very passionate.
Do I want to out?
Nice.
Yeah, sure. Becca.
Okay, Becca is the librarian that I heard of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna probably go around and tell fortune teller to maybe someone else today, because I would love it if a demon killed me in the night. That's why I'm doing this, and also to catch somebody lying steward if they are. Yeah,
that would.
I saw already answered. DeJaggle was asking what is RP. It's role play. And I think people already told you role play. So like, since this is more than just Clocktower, we're trying to elevate it and do something fun akin to like a role playing game. Fredo's definitely role playing it up. So is Rob, for what it's worth.
Alrighty.
Okay. Yep. Thank you, Eric.
Bye.
I don't like that for mayor bounces.
I mean, I don't usually, but if Eric actually was the Undertaker and we day one executed the Undertaker, that is like the one time as a storyteller, I might mayor bounce into a dead player. I'm just putting that out there.
Don't tie the vote on a Vortox script that I
know.
I am finding hard worlds I find it hard to believe that Eric's good and wasn't just trying to play for chaos.
Yeah, we'll see.
I've heard of a steward that saw Mark was good. I have also heard of village idiot in like soft claims, like 2s, but I haven't heard of any.
Yeah, I don't think there's any village idiots. Also, I've been telling everyone I'm the biggest idiot.
I am the ninja soldier.
I did catch that you were bluffing ninja soldier. Okay, so I inferred that, but it's good to hear it from like the source.
Well, mostly just because I think it'd be funny as hell if a character on this could be the ninja. So.
Yeah, that's the most ninja-like character. Maybe the monk's a close adjacent, but they're both in that area.
But Fredo's the monk, so I can't be the monk.
Well, that's true. Fair.
Bye.
All right, bye. The ninja soldier.
But I won't share that if you don't already know.
I don't know who received the drunk pings. I just know that
yeah,
you're not one of them. So
You said I'm not one of them, or I am
No,
one of them.
you are one.
Yeah.
Of them.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. Cool.
Alrighty.
Well, thanks, Claire.
Thanks, Ash.
So like if I'm pulling for a team or the other, I feel like it's more interesting if evil wins the first game, right? So in a way, I feel like it's more interesting if we let not that we let evil win, but you know what I mean? I feel like the story with evil getting a good foothold at the start of the arc is best. And if good wins the first one, I feel like the story goes a little bit different, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna do everything I can from a storyteller perspective to try to help evil. So let's pull for evil just for story reasons.
Okay, I have a hunch that's not true. Cool. Thanks, Mark. Rough. rough.
I heard the dong that time. I'm happy.
Yes. Somebody's double claiming me. I want to know who.
Who is claiming the doubles?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Bring that.
Someone in trouble.
Okay. Welcome back, those of you who are on time and those of you who were not. I will open up the table for conspiracy theories from our resident Al Sahir. So if you'd like to posit a world, put it out there and we'll see if it ends the game. Colson.
Yes. I would like to guess Denny and Eric as minions and Ash as the demon.
Heard. Ash.
I will guess Mark and Fredo as minions.
Heard. Satan.
I will guess Fredo and Damon as minions.
Heard. Fredo.
Well, I have
Avery.
to guess Satan and Ash as fucking minions. Jerk.
Fair enough. Why would I ever
Heard.
be a minion?
Mark.
I'll guess Tiffy and McKay as minions.
Heard. All right. Nominations are now open.
Well, do we want to get this Denny boy thing out of the way, or do we want to talk a little bit?
I feel like talk if anyone has any actual leads.
Yeah.
Logically, it feels like there should be some.
Do we
I
think
probably
it's a
come out
warlock
with
game,
some
or is-
information tomorrow.
Or is it just a summoner game?
Tiffy, I would like to know who gave you the information that you said you'd heard through the grapevine, because I talked to that player and it seems like a sus choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good talk.
I'm not gonna come out with that right now. Tomorrow.
No.
Yeah.
I understand. But yeah. That's all I got.
Cryptic messages.
Avery, we got some cool stuff cooking with this legacy thing. All right, Tiffy nominates Damon. Tell us more.
I mean, first of all, he's got Damon in his name. Second of all, he's looking real sus up there at the 12 o'clock position, not saying much, not pushing worlds. I think, just on socials alone, Damon is evil.
Damon?
Well, I'm a member of the church. Well, it's not really the church, more religious. Anyway, I'm the saint.
He did claim that to me day one, for what it's worth.
All right. It'll take 6 votes to put Damon on the block.
I'm unfortunately inclined to believe this enough to not want to push this through.
Yeah.
I've heard of 2 other outsiders, though.
As much as
but
this
it
would
could
be
be a Zon
interesting
game.
pets.
I've heard of 1, maybe 2, depending.
2
I
is
have
not
heard
enough.
of 2 full ones potentially.
I've heard of 3.
I've heard of 3 as well.
Now I've heard of 3.
Including Damon, of course, is what my 1, maybe 2 are.
Yeah, I mean, I am happy to get Danny out of here today. I do believe he's good, though.
Right. I would encourage town to really only execute me if you think I'm evil. If you think I'm evil, by all means, go for it. We do have to worry about Steve's side objective with whether the recluse will register as a minion for our extra condition. But we also need to not lose the game as well.
I guess that's fair.
Oh, yes, indeed. But we are possibly looking at another night with no deaths if it is a summoner game.
Summoner kills tonight. They
Yeah.
get summon night 3
yeah,
kill.
true. They do. You're right.
I'm worried about the possibility of it's a Vortox that sunk a kill to make us think it's a summoner.
Yes, and
yes, that's very possible too.
2 reasons. One hard claim from somebody, and one role I know is in play could be why we didn't have any deaths last night. So,
yeah, I'm aware of 2 roles that could be influencing that are
It's a minstrel day.
Damon nominates
what?
Damon nominates Denny Boy.
Damon nominates Denny Boy. Please, Damon, tell us why.
Could be a Vortox game. We need to kill somebody. Denny is a character that won't give us any information. We need to kill Denny anyway to win the extra bonus thing. So might as well do it now.
We don't know if we need to kill me or not.
Why are you resisting?
well, yeah.
Good players typically don't like dying because that means we're not killing evil players.
Okay.
If I'm a recluse and there's an Undertaker still in play, the Undertaker gets bad information, whereas killing a top 4 would give the town a lot more useful information than killing me. You should kill me if you think I'm evil, but I would really much rather kill an evil player today. Someone has information on potential evil players.
I think you're more evil now after you gave your defense, honestly.
Yeah, same.
6 is the number.
I think Evil is definitely voting on this. Evil has their hand up right now. I do
agreed.
not think that
That's
Denny
probably true. Oh yeah.
Especially
put
Mark
more
was
than
so vocal about
on that.
wanting me
The
dead
Vortox
immediately.
world.
Like,
Six.
think about this from Evil's
Enough.
perspective. They want to kill. I mean, they want me dead, right? Because that's such a distraction from town.
I don't know that. I mean,
Well,
I
I
don't know.
think if you stay alive, you're more of a distraction. To be honest,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
with the way things are going.
Okay, no, that's
I
fair.
think that there was no kill last
Yeah.
night.
Unfortunately,
No,
like
I back
I agree with the
I buy that.
general philosophy, but with the situation that it is right now, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll
Yes,
make
sir.
a stand. We don't have to go for it, but I'll say my voice in my dying breaths. Denny Boy nominates Mark.
Denny Boy nominates Mark. Please, Denny Boy, tell us why.
Mark, I'm on to you, my brother. I'm on to you.
Okay.
There's nothing to be onto, Denny. You're just a better kill.
Well, when you put it like that.
6 will tie 7. Put Mark on the block.
Lurk.
Lurk?
The blurk.
I genuinely
That's what we call it here in
think
Ravenswood
here.
Bluff.
I would not
Lurk.
be opposed to maybe killing Mark at some point, but doesn't seem like we got votes.
3 is not enough. Mark is safe for the day.
I think we should definitely keep Mark alive.
Any
agree.
other
I guess we
nomination?
will.
Yeah.
And I love
Interesting.
killing
Looking.
Mark.
Why, McKay?
I wouldn't want to lose Mark.
Just, it's canon now. Yeah, it's canon now.
Oh, interesting. Is this a legacy thing?
Yes, it is now.
Hmm.
Oh,
All right.
oh no.
Anyone else nominated?
I wonder.
What did you bring into existence, McKay? What did you just do?
No. We're talking.
What's going on?
We're talking about being on the blurk. That's what they call the block in Ravenswood Bluff. It's the blurk from now on.
Yes,
So
it's local dialect.
yeah,
String
predates
him
the block.
up. String him up.
In the
Block.
club.
Gonna
Hey, friends,
gonna
let's
bring this
that rail
day.
into town.
If I don't hear a nomination, I'm gonna bring this day to a close in 3, 2, 1. Denny Boy is marched to the end of town and thrown from the bluffs to the cliffs below and dies on the rocks. Good night, everyone.
Did you smell what he was cooking?
I'm sorry. Humans have some of the worst sense of smells at a Disney mammal.
We're back here.
Yay, back to
We'll just
biology
use the card real
lessons,
quick
or
and see
rather
what Colson
maybe
picks.
zoology lessons.
What did Fredo say? Botany or something?
I don't know why someone said botany, but
Definitely said botany.
Yeah, never mind.
Botany.
Y'all never
You know, the
mind.
study of animals. Botany.
Shut up. Y'all are- Hello.
Hey there, Monk Fredo, prowling the night, looking to protect people from murder.
If I only had like a sword that could be like, oh, that'd be so cool.
Just imagine it. We're with you. Chat's on your side. They're living in your imagination tonight.
Oh, dude, like I'm jumping on bamboo trees. I mean, oh, this is great. Okay. I'm going to protect, even though it goes against my nature for someone who's named this way, but I will protect Satan herself.
All right.
With an iron fist.
Fredo, we are protecting Satan herself. Thank you, Fredo.
Letters.
Right. Yep. You guys called it poisoning Damon for sure. So let's do the little monster. You know, they'll probably just keep it on Nina. There's no reason not to. Basically, what the monk is doing is choosing someone that I, as a storyteller, can't kill, which is interesting. It's a little different, right, in a little monster game. But if he picks someone, I can't kill them. So that is, it's very, very interesting to me. This would have been our Zon night if we had one. All right, so we'll say this character selected you. Little monster. Yeah, Satan's herself, the Peggle speedrunner. Okay, so who do we kill then? We can kill anyone except for Satan herself. Do we do the little monster stuff where we kill an inconsequential person like the librarian or the steward? We could kill Ash. If we kill Ash and we just like tell whoever she picks, we know what they're. Do we know what Coulson's bluffing? I don't think we fully do, right? Eric was doing Undertaker. Nina's doing Soldier. Coulson was doing Fortune Teller, but I don't know what he backed into. I'm going to kill Becca. There's not a lot of powerful information roles coming into town, so. Can a mock protective player be chosen to hold the baby? I think so, yeah, because becoming the demon isn't really protection from the demon itself. It's really, I think I would rule that yes, they could. I don't know how else you would do it. Evil's losing in a way. In a way they are. I did say I wanted to help. Oh, I did say I wanted to help. Nah, this is... because they poison Rob, I'll keep Rob around. Hey, Rob.
No.
Go ahead and do me a favor and pick 2 players.
I don't know who Rob is.
All right. Sorry. Let me rephrase that. Fix this in the edit, Nina. Damon, the crystal ball calls for you. Who do you peer into tonight?
So I have decided to hard claim to Mark, and I want to trust him. So I'm going to choose Mark and Nina.
All right. You pick Mark and Nina, and you learn that no, neither one is the demon.
Thank you,
You're
Slayer of Demons.
Oh my gosh. I wanted to frame Mark, but I couldn't with that pick. Right? I couldn't with that pick. It would have been a great yes. I could kill Fredo, and that's like the only other choice. So I'm killing. Tiffy's also sus at this point. So I could kill Tiffy. Does anyone seem like they want to kill Tiffy? Is Tiffy fairly cleared? You know what? Tiffy's a good kill because if Denny Boy is evil, you killed the Virgin to like sell that Denny Boy was not evil. So I'm gonna kill Tiffy. Tiffy works. I kind of feel like Tiffy was there to keep people like, oh my gosh, like now we got to kill Tiffy, right? On the Denny Boy split. But her dying here just confuses things even more. Or if Tiffy was like a demon, she was self-killing or something. It's possible. All right. Let's wake him up. Good morning, residents of Ravenswood Bluff. But it is a somber morning because one of you did not survive the night, for you find the headless body of Tiffy dead in her bed.
Wow. Tiffy, no.
That's a weird.
5 minutes.
Number one, not Tiffy did it. Thank you.
That is a
That's
weird
a joke.
kill.
That's a weird kill.
That's one that we can just move for later.
Could be a little monster kill.
Well, yeah, that's a good
Or
shout out.
that could be a summoner kill, and the summoned demon didn't know their minions.
Oh.
Satan, would you like to talk? We haven't talked yet.
Sure.
Also a good point. Okay.
It's either that or Star Pass.
The summoned demon wouldn't know who their minions were. So.
I guess not until the summoner told the next day. Yeah.
Correct. So
Yeah.
there's all kinds of reasons. I don't think that
worlds.
Tiffy would imp Star Pass because, I mean, I don't know. I've done it, but
Okay.
I'm the Saint.
Ooh, okay. Rob's claiming Saint.
I'm telling people fortune teller Raven Keeper. To make it look like a fortune teller. I've told one person I'm the Saint. You're the second.
Okay. Very interesting. That's
all
right.
I understand there was another Saint claim.
Yeah.
Which I didn't speak up about, but
which I think is fair. I don't think you're obligated to there for any reason. So I can.
I'm probably not going to claim it until I get on the block. I'm trying to get killed at night.
Right. Okay.
I mean, I know it's a super sus claim, and
Yeah. Well, I don't understand why you trust me to tell me that. Then you seemed pretty keen on getting me out.
I just think that if there's a village idiot, if there's an undertaker, if there's a fortune teller, and we have to kill somebody, you're not a bad kill. That was
for undertaker. I'm the worst kill.
No, but I'm saying that you're a continuing thing of misinformation, and what I also care. I thought Tiffy. I wasn't sure if you were Tiffy, but if Tiffy wasn't the Virgin and you and heard you claiming recluse or whatever, it made me think I was sus.
I think there's something wrong going on somewhere in there, for multiple reasons.
So you think that if you're a fortune teller, your information's wrong, or you think that if you're a steward, there's something wrong with the fact that you got Mark as a good player?
Yes, correct.
Even though I thought it wasn't a Vortex game, and you kind of agreed with that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's a Vortex game or not, but I could see it not being. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
Fact.
Thank you.
Yeah. See ya.
So, fact, we've talked about it at the beginning of the VOD. If you rewind, you can see our talks about it. In this first episode, there's really no legacy elements. There's 3 things in play right now. One, the good players have a quest, a side quest. The good player's job is to execute all minions before the demon to get a bonus for the good faction in future games. The evil players have a secret quest to hold one player hold the baby the whole game, and if they do that, evil gets a special faction bonus in future games. And the third one is an MVP vote, where chat is going to vote which one of these players earns the MVP on any criteria, role play, game sense, actions, anything. The player that is chosen will receive a bonus that will affect every game for the rest of the season, like the rest of the script, the rest of the year. Sorry, 12 episodes. So that player will have a power that follows them no matter what role they are for the rest of this year. Oh, and then after the game ends, we'll have a stream sometime between now and next month, and we'll figure out what it is we're doing legacy-wise. There will be some rules that change based on how this game goes. So this one has no alternate rules in place. We're going to figure out the alternate rules that happen based on players' actions in this one and where the story goes as well.
I feel like making a guess with completely random information doesn't really benefit you by the end. The people you guessed will probably be dead, and I had no way to pick who. So I just didn't guess on day one. Yesterday, I guessed it was Denny Boy, Eric, and Ash. It's clearly not that anymore.
All right, Alsa here.
I mean, Steve Coulson's trying to claim that he's also here who intentionally didn't guess on day one.
Yeah, I had no info to go on, and I thought I'd survive the night. Now there was no kill at night, so now I see that I didn't even need to worry about that. But
everybody survived the night.
Yeah.
Who did you guess yesterday?
Denny Boy and Eric as minions, Ash as demons, specifically because Denny nominated you and didn't die.
Basically a BOTC
then Eric tied the vote on Denny, so I thought they were on the same team.
Legacy
and then Eric in his minion panic vote chose Ash, so I thought maybe he was trying to clear Ash when he looked very guilty. Okay. But I don't think that's the case anymore. It seems
fantastic.
I think your information leads most likely to being a Vortox, since it's not fact checkable.
Yeah, I definitely hear what you're saying with that.
So it's just a thought. Not that it is, but just a thought.
Yeah, it's just, but I agree that if it does, my info feels weird.
Cool. All right, thank you.
She's back.
How
you doing, Ash?
Struggling.
All right, players, thank you for being back. If anyone's cracked the code, we'll listen to your conspiracy theories. Right now, I'm accepting Al-Sahir guess. By the way, I asked chat, like we were talking, like, what would the theme of an Al-Sahir be on the script? And we decided it's conspiracy theorist that just comes up with crazy conspiracies. And if they're right, they win. Coulson.
I'd like to guess Eric as a minion, Damon Dalrymple as a minion, and Mark as the demon.
Heard. Ash.
I will guess Damon as demon, Coulson and Denny as minions.
Heard. Fredo.
As I peer through the smoke of the Ooga, I see before me Mark and Damon as minions, and Eric was the demon.
Heard. Mark?
Eric's dead.
Yeah, what do you? Somebody
Yeah,
else
one of
be
them
the
is
demon
a
now?
Yeah.
And I guess I fucked it up. I didn't call him the demon, but I don't know.
Yeah,
how that
you
would
can do
work.
demons.
I don't know.
I'll say Eric and Fredo as minions and Ash as demon.
Sorry, I missed the first name.
Eric and Fredo as minions and Ash as demon.
Okay, heard. All right, players, move into the nomination phase. If you've heard any suspicious things about your neighbors, now's the time to get them strung up on the blurk.
But only for your neighbors.
Well, no, any of your neighbors in town.
Neighbors doesn't have to be the person next to you, Tiffy. Neighborhoods can be 2 or 3 houses down. They're still your
In the Clocktower game sense, neighbors is the person directly next to you, but in this case, I meant the collective. You know what? Screw it. Yes, you can kill anyone you want. Nominations are open.
Tell us not to be serious, Steve.
I'd like to nominate Steve.
Sorry, dead players are not allowed to nominate. Yes, Aaron, we will
dead.
give YouTube a vote.
Tiffy would like to nominate Mike.
We all would, Tiffy.
There's a lot of shade going on in to my I don't know.
North?
My north side, yeah. So I don't want to. I don't know.
We can't see Damon's eyes, and that's freaking me out. You should try smiling more.
Oh God. Oh wow.
All right, second call for
I nominate
nominations.
Mark.
McKay nominates Mark. Tell us why.
He was in literally every Elsa here guess, I'm pretty sure.
Mark?
That makes me less likely to be evil.
He also was not in Ash's Elsa here guess.
Oh, interesting.
All right, it'll take.
Does anyone have evidence that Mark is not? That Mark is good? Does anyone have that evidence?
I mean, there was that information
I
I
will
told you
speak
yesterday.
on that information potentially.
Yes, but there's a hand up that makes me wonder, Tippy.
Satan?
All right.
Okay. If I'm allowed to speak,
Yeah,
I'll
go
come
ahead,
out with
Bernard.
it now. I've been cagey about it because there's multiple reasons I think this is straight up wrong or at least fishy. But I am the steward. I saw Mark as good. This is the first time that anybody but Tiffy has been hearing this.
It'll take five
I've told a
votes.
Oh, sorry. I told a person that I heard of a steward, but I did not say who the steward was.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm out with
But
it now.
you don't believe Mark then because you're voting.
And why would you,
Yeah,
if
I
I'm
don't.
your steward, pick what?
Becca, I would put your hand down.
Why?
5 is enough. Mark is now on the block.
Trying to use a Jedi mind trick on Becca.
Not a good kill, folks. We should kill anyone but me.
I don't think that
So-
your role that you're telling me is should to be, or at least I think
I
you're
gave you
telling me
two.
to
I
say
gave
that.
you two.
Were they the same two you gave me, Mark?
No.
At this point, it's not going to happen. I think you
So-
should be quite willing to die
Okay,
at this
guys.
point.
I'm the same.
So,
Ah,
Wait.
yeah. So Mark
yeah.
and I were in a roll. Listen, Mark and I were in a roll swap. Mark claimed to be Saint. So we should probably nominate somebody else.
okay, who
Rob
are you then,
nominates
Damon?
Becca.
Damon
I've already named a
nominates
couple people.
Becca. Damon, please tell us why.
Or Damon nominates Becca. Yeah. So Becca claimed a first night roll. Shouldn't mind dying. Better than killing the Saint. That's all I have.
Oh, I don't mind dying, but I also don't believe Mark is the saint. If you're the saint, say that before we vote on you, not after to try and lift it. That's no longer my problem.
Didn't say this last
I-
time.
I wanted to wait because I
would-
didn't want to. I wanted to get killed at night. I was hoping I wouldn't get enough votes. Especially
You were
with-
nominated yesterday as well, right?
Yeah.
I've also spoken to a fortune teller that has a no on Mark.
You have.
Spoken
Yeah.
to is an
Fredo's
interesting
face.
word.
Yeah.
Have.
We
Okay.
need a Fredo emote for chat.
We need a Fredo. We need like 5 Fredo.
Yeah, we need a lot of Fredos.
I
5
guarantee
votes.
it will be game over. This
5
game
votes
over because
will
I'm the Saint.
tie.
I really do believe that he's a saint. I think Satan is maybe throwing shade on Mark for other reasons.
If you don't trust
Nope.
me, kill me another day. But I'm 100% the Saint.
6 is the number.
We were in a swap.
And yeah, we're only hearing about this now after Mark is on the block.
I'm pretty
I
sure.
told you I was an outsider or the Raven Keeper. I specifically told you outsider day one, Satan.
I know
I mean,
you did.
I
2
would
is not
think
enough.
I
You
would
didn't tell me
vote-
which one.
I would vote
You
on
didn't tell.
Rob.
You gave me no info.
Yes,
If-
I
if-
also would do that.
If we don't want to risk, yeah,
I'm
Rob,
100%
nominate
a
yourself.
mistake, guys.
Satan has nominated who? Satan?
Nominated.
Well, Mark could nominate you.
Mark
I
Kennedy.
also, I already nominated.
Yeah, who did you
I
nominate?
also
Satan?
Damon/Rob.
Okay. Yeah, I heard Robin. There's no
Mark
Rob in
nominated-
the circle, so I had to check. Satan, tell us why.
I think the reasons are like decently obvious. I don't trust either one of these people, but I think if they were in a role swap, then Damon's not the saint. Great. And they're probably working together either way. They've been whispering to each other with big old letters this entire game. I think it makes a lot of sense to kill Rob here.
Uh,
I don't know.
Damon?
You should kill me over Mark for sure, but I'm not a great death.
Will you break the tie if it gets to you?
If it gets to me, I will put myself on the block.
5
I
will
don't think we should
tie.
tie.
6.
Oh no, that's why I
But
was
Damon.
asking. But also, I don't
Block.
trust it. So.
Yeah, no, I think 6 independent makes sense. I don't want to
I
have
think
Damon
that's
do that.
making me vote is the fact that I'm pretty sure Damon used the fact that he was the saint as his defense on the block too, which is like
He
if you're not
did.
even the
He
saint.
Yeah.
6 is
If
enough.
you're not the saint, you don't
Damon
do that.
is now on the block.
Why would I not use myself as a saint when I'm on the block, when I'm being nominated? If I was role swapping as a saint.
It just makes things much
I
more
will
of a
say-
mess for Lair. I would not.
Tell a yes on McKay, and if I haven't nommed yet, which I don't know if I have or not, I'll nom
You have not.
You nominate who, Mark?
McKay.
All right. Tell us more.
Fortune teller, yes. Rob's a rule worth keeping.
Okay.
A fortune teller, yes, makes sense on me. In my opinion, I am a great red herring. I'm also extremely good for town, but if you don't trust me, kill me now.
6
Don't kill me later.
will tie.
Now.
7 to put it on McKay.
When was the yes?
Yeah, when
This
was
was
the
night
yes
two.
mark?
Night 2.
Okay, so before a potentially summoned thing happened.
Man, all I'm saying is if there was still a recluse in this town, all of this confusion would be long
Also-
gone.
1 is not enough.
Yeah, that's the thing a recluse does. It clears up confusion. Everyone says that.
Speaking of confusion, I want everybody to know, like, I was soft claiming fortune teller and sort of hard claimed it to some people. If that's what you're doing, it's not true. I'm literally not the fortune teller.
And
No,
I did hard claim
no.
to Denny. Denny can confirm that I did
If
hard
there's a
claim.
fortune teller out there,
Everyone
great.
knows
Good.
who the fortune
No, I'm
teller
saying-
is.
I know-
Final
Everyone
call?
knows.
Well, I don't.
I did hard,
I think we can put
Oh,
it together. Yeah.
I did hard claim Saint to Denny before I got on the block. You can ask Denny.
All right. I will.
It'd be nicer to kill the steward or the librarian than me, but whatever.
We'll bring this day to a close. In
It's always
Super
tomorrow.
willing to not
3,
kill the person who used saint as a defense on the
2,
block, and he's the saint.
1.
Hey, Satan.
Damon
Tomorrow,
is
don't worry
dragged
about it.
from
Like,
the
this day
steps
will come. Just chill.
of the church and stoned as townsfolk take turns pelting him with rock after rock after rock until one last rock puts the light out of his eyes and he dies.
No, Dwayne.
Damon.
Right there on that blurk. Good night, everyone.
Now there's Becca, the fortune teller is someone Mark trusted.
All right, Coulson, I'm gonna go get some water.
Okay.
It's like it feels weird that I don't want to see a Grim reveal because I
Yeah.
don't think we've killed all the minions yet.
We haven't killed any evil players.
I don't.
Think
Either we haven't killed any evil, or
Hey there, Fredo. All right.
I don't know.
You're you versus the forces of evil.
I know. It's. I meditated long. I meditated hard. I reached deep into my soul. I opened a chakra and I found that Ash should be the one protected tonight.
Okay. Ash is under your protection, Fredo. Thank you so much.
And we live.
Nice. Nice. Well, I can't kill Ash now. And Ash is the poison. Wait, does Coulson not know? I mean, if you have the Grim, that's the oddest poison. Huh. Ash ain't dying. Yeah, I mean, Ash dying would have been amazing to frame evil, like in roleplay aspect, and also in like game aspect. He's kind of coming in both ways. Yeah, I'm not sure what the poison's all about. The fact that like he protects the drunk means we can't use Ash's ping to frame someone, which we totally would want to do. So is this where we kill Fredo? I think we kill Satan here. I think Fredo's earned another night. Honestly, the biggest world they have building so far is a Vortox. She could have just missed it. But for sure, this feels the most like a Vortox game, honestly. Which in a way means we should have given Rob. We can't assume they're going to get Vortox and give a yes on the demon, though. I think we did the right thing. So nobody... Okay, this is the craziest thing to me. In a game with Village Idiot, not one person, good or evil, bluffed Village Idiot. I love Fredo. I think Fredo... And I think it was Penguins that said it right. He asked for a sword. We could give him, like, in the future, like, a once per game... just publicly, like basically a psychopath ability. Once per game, hurl your sword at someone, they die. That could be Fredo's power if he gets MVP, right? Fredo was never checked by Rob. That's very true. All right, let's wake him up. Yeah, once per game stab someone. That could be a fun thing for Fredo. Good or evil, it's equally good. You know what I mean?
There is no night zero. What is night zero?
One. Yeah.
Oh, is that actually mechanically how zombie works?
That actually mechanically is how Zon and Summoner works. The first night the game starts is a 1, and there is one person who did not wake up, and that is indeed the one asking, Satan.
Lol. Well, there you go.
Star pass.
Good. I would much rather die in the night than anyone else. That's beautiful. Good.
Unproc Virgin and
McKay,
Stewart.
they said
How was
I was not the
DI?
Raven Gamer.
That's
I'm
true.
the fucking stupid.
Very confused with this room.
I think it's just little monster.
It could be.
Like the night dance.
I have no idea what anything is.
Not chatted to this game. Care to share me in on your trade secrets?
Yes, they did.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's
I think
fine.
McKay backed off. We'll see, though.
I do need someone to help me figure out the game, and I thought you were evil at first, but I'm the Elsa here.
Okay.
Yeah. I initially thought maybe Eric tied the vote to get you off the block, and in doing so made himself look suspicious, and then nominated Ash, and Ash was the demon that he was trying to clear by being suspicious and then nominating Ash. But I guessed you guys as an Elsa here pair, and that didn't work. And you and Eric are both dead now. So my next thought was Mark and Rob, but that didn't work as a Elsa here guess either. So
yeah, I don't know. Mark is slouching in his chair a lot. I feel like Mark slouches when he's evil. That may not be true. That may just be like some hindsight bias coming in.
We got tells.
Not helpful, but
yeah, Mark was very weird about his claims. Like I sort of implied he was double claiming me, and he didn't really care. It felt kind of minion-y. Yeah. So maybe I guess him as the
Slouching
demon
is
last time.
evil.
Maybe was Rob the demon who just got executed and Mark's the Scarlet Woman?
Stevie Wonder.
I mean, it's possible, but like it doesn't feel. I mean, Mark was also like more happy to get lifted than to put Rob on the block. So
yeah,
I'm
also. Am I just wrong about Eric being evil? Do you think Eric just accidentally tied it on you? It wasn't a minion thing.
I don't know. I could see both worlds. Eric,
best read.
I don't understand why.
No.
That's nothing I can do about that, but
I will keep you. If you're nominated, I will vote on you, but I'm not going to nominate you.
Okay, I'm sure someone will nominate me. There is a fortune teller yes on McKay, if you believe that. So
yeah, not bad for one.
I am happy to leave you till later in the game, but I would like to kill you at some point. So if you're in final 3, you will probably be my vote.
Okay, then we'll lose, but that's fine.
I don't.
I'm 100% the saint. I don't know how to convince you, but I am. So.
It was just weird socially.
You're saying you're either the Alsa here or the what?
VI. Village idiot.
Or the VI. Oh. Do you know if you're the drunk or the sober one?
Well, I might be the drunk without being.
We have a second
the
VI
drunk
out there.
Oh.
It may be irrelevant in the first place.
Oh.
I've been seen as still drunk, regardless of my role.
Oh, I'm starting to have lots of regrets. All right. Well, yeah.
So here's the thing, K-Trav, is like there's a huge like Mark as a player is just suspiciously read as evil by people all the time. So there's this meta thing going on other than just what happened. It's also interesting if people are really worried about a Vortox, then a steward on the demon would be something that we could do in a legacy game, especially. So honestly, I'm with you. I don't understand. I tried to give them Mark all the help. I gave him a freaking steward ping, which apparently doubled back to be more suspicious. It's weird. It's weird. I tried to give Mark the help in a way that kind of like made him more suspicious. You know, when you have players that have played together a lot, they're going to develop their own meta reads. Like, you know, Denny Boy saying he slotched, so now he's evil. The role swapping felt normal. It was a good move. They were both good. Interesting, though.
Had a Zon 3, but there weren't enough outsiders to have that many outsiders. What would that mean, Steve?
What?
Can you explain the question again?
So there's only 4 outsiders on this script.
Correct.
In a 12-person game, there are 2 outsiders in play.
Uh-huh.
If you put a Zon with a 3 in there,
Sure. The Zon modifies the outsider count
That's
arbitrarily.
just 3 outsiders.
right.
So if
So
it's a
that
Zon
would-
3,
it's 3 total.
the
I
Zon would
got
put
you.
3
Okay,
outsiders in the bag. Yeah.
Cool. I got you. I'm there now. I figured it out. For some reason, I was thinking it was plus X, which, yeah. Okay.
Nope.
All we know is that after night 4, we're safe.
I have an
Someone's gonna
alternative
mute-
question. I don't think it's going to be relevant. Let's say there's a Zon and a Summoner. Summoner summons outsiders. If the Zon hasn't triggered yet, what outsider number are they dealing with? The number before or after they're...
The number is set when the bag is
outsider got
made.
summoned?
Is that one bag, man? Yeah.
So whatever number of outsiders went
Okay.
into the bag, that would be the Zon Knight, regardless of the current number of outsiders modified throughout the course
I
of
was
the game.
curious.
I will say I've heard of claims of soldier and monk, which is, not to meta Steve, but that's unusual to have both in a game.
Goodness gracious, McKay.
Okay, that's very
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah, McKay, let's not do that.
What did I do?
Moving
It's
your
very
monitor
loud
up
when
and
you
down.
move your
It was
The
just
camera
very loud.
movement. Or mic movement.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get to some conspiracy theories and solve this game the old-fashioned way. Coulson.
I have a strange conspiracy theory, but I have to try it. I want to guess Eric as a minion, Damon, and Mark as demons.
Bird. Ash?
Can I wait till later?
Yeah, you can wait. There's no rule that says you have to do it right away.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Nominations are open when you're ready. Fredo.
Oh, I was gonna Alsa here guess.
Sure.
I think Damon's a minion. Mark's a demon. And Becca's the other minion.
Bird.
Ash.
Hmm?
I've asked you like the same thing 4 different times in our
Oh.
chat messages.
I'll be fair, I've been disconnecting a lot.
You have been. And that's why I keep asking you the things.
Any nominations?
If you believe me, which you probably don't, there is a fortune teller yes on McKay. Take that as you will.
Are there any village idiots?
As far as I know,
I have an
McKay is a
old
village
time of
idiot.
one.
Right, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
I never said
McKay-
that.
No,
McKay is the biggest idiot.
right.
Yeah.
That's McKay's defense. Yep.
Yeah, I've hard claimed what I am since day one. Every single person I spoke to.
They claimed village idiot to me.
No, I didn't.
McKay claimed to be the biggest idiot, evidently, and not.
Yeah, yeah, Colson, you get
Yeah.
it.
I got it.
You get it, Coulson.
Yeah.
You get
so
it.
you're the mayor. So you're the mayor.
That would be
If
the,
that's
the,
who you
That
is that
is-
who you think is the biggest idiot in the
the
town?
chief idiot, maybe? Yeah.
I would
Second
like
call
some
for nominations.
information.
Yeah, can we share info? At least I did that. Like,
I don't
kinda
have
need it at this
info.
point.
I've claimed my role the whole time. I am the soldier.
The information I have personally is that at the moment we have 3 outsider claims in town, in which case someone would have died on night 1, right? If there were Zahn in play, someone died on night 1, unless someone is the mutant, in which case, for the love of God, just say you're the mutant so we can get an accurate outsider count. But even then, there should be a death on night 2, right? Which means that either the saint or the librarian claim is a lie. And as such, I nominate Becca.
Okay, nominates Becca. Okay, McKay, tell us why.
I just did.
Sure, Becca. I know your hand was up right before you were nominated, so take the floor.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand McKay's logic. Why can't we have both a Zahn and a summoner, and that be the reason for no deaths?
Because in Zahn, there is a death on night X.
No.
No.
No. On night X.
That's the poisoning night.
About that. I still don't feel like it.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to add, Becca?
I've
heard of the claim of a soldier, which could be explained why there was no death on night 2, just so you know. But I do like the idea of putting Becca on the block, so I'm not disagreeing with that.
Both
I have heard soldier and monk claims.
Yeah, I'm okay with this kill.
I mean, we have to do something.
I don't like agreeing with Damon.
Only thing
Yeah.
I have.
All right, let's give Becca the final word. Becca, final word.
I'm not going to vote on myself, but this is fine.
Or is the number?
Town loses nothing if we kill a
For
spit.
the record, I don't think this is a good
Ash,
kill. My hand was
Coulson.
up on accident.
Okay.
Valid.
It's literally the only thing I've got.
Yeah.
So
2 is not enough. Becca is safe for the day.
I don't mind killing Nina or Coulson, but also Mark is pretty evil coded.
There is a demon thing on McKay. We could do that.
I trust McKay.
I trust McKay. I don't know why you want to kill me.
No, I want to kill McKay.
Yeah.
Fortune teller, yes.
I'm asking Tippy.
So why didn't you nominate Rob?
Well, Rob's dead.
Oh, I forgot. Why don't you get your partner to nominate then, Rob?
I mean, Mark is just taking it all in. He's got to come up with the worldview that wins the game in just a second.
Fredo.
Wait for it.
Fredo will nominate McKay.
Fredo nominates McKay. Please, Fredo, enlighten us as to why.
I have no real reason why, other than they make the biggest idiot. I don't know what that means.
McKay.
I mean, I do understand wanting to kill me for so many reasons. I also would probably want to kill me. I've got a lot of feelings about this. Lots of people don't like me. It is what it is, but it's not a good kill, but I'm not going to be mad about it. I'm not the demon.
4 votes to put McKay on the blurk.
I don't think it's a good kill.
I think there's a fortune teller.
Trust
Yes,
McKay.
our only info out.
I don't
like
people.
My regret is I'm voting on this and not. I nominated her, McKay, and not you. That's
Force
my
enough.
regret.
McKay is now on the
Spontaneous
blurk.
support for McKay, and I don't know why. So
Because people know what I am, Coulson. That's
Yeah.
why.
It was
Because
McKay
I
and
think
Tiffy.
McKay's role makes sense for McKay to be a red herring. That's if we believe the fortune teller. And I just see a lot of sus going on up there, so I'm wary of the fortune teller information.
But also, if you're not going to trust me later, kill me now. I don't want to.
Yeah.
be alive later if you're not going to trust me later.
Well, I do trust you.
Well, I think it's all socials currently.
Yeah.
I mean, Rob's
Yeah.
fortune teller is some of it, but it's just like anything we're doing today really just goes on all socials. So, I mean, if you're good, you should try to convince us that you're good. You
Painfully
shouldn't
little
accept
information.
death.
The only concrete information I've heard of has come from is in a librarian paying. A librarian drunk.
I mean, we have an actual fortune teller ping on McKay, and she's now on the block, so I think it's a good idea.
They them.
Yeah, there now.
Rob.
They. Sorry, my bad.
Final call for nominations. Or wait for
I still
McKay
don't
to
know who
reconnect.
Becca's drunk pings are on. I don't need to know really, but I don't know.
I have drunk pings on Satan and Ash.
Oh, okay.
Which is why I
Thank
was very
you.
skeptical of my information.
That would have been good to know earlier.
Yeah.
Ash?
I'll also hear guess.
Sure,
I'm
go
not
for it.
lagging. I will guess Becca as demon, Nina Mark minion.
Who was that?
Heard.
Okay. Becca demon, Nina Mark minion.
I want to
McKay's
kill Mark.
Welcome back, McKay.
There it goes. God, I had to refresh like 9 times for it to function.
All right. I am about to bring this day to a close in
I'm
3,
just lost.
2, 1.
I usually don't feel this lost.
I always feel this lost.
McKay, you have
no
been
info.
hoisted up on the blurk as the biggest idiot in town and killed for your troubles.
I mean, yeah, that's what people say every time they drive past a pothole that hasn't been filled. They're like, that guy, we should kill him.
Yeah, I don't think that was good.
That goblin. We got to
What
kill the
is it?
goblin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's not fine. We were never going to get Merwin. It's fine. There's no way.
Wait, what?
Mayor wins are the most useless mechanic in this game.
That is why.
Hey, Fredo. Going around protecting town, doing your thing, looking for that sword of destiny.
So few choices now. As I meditate. All right. I see. I shall protect. Sometimes you have to go back to the beginning.
Okay.
And we protect Coulson again.
Coulson. Circle back around. In the fourth act, you always go back to the first act. There's that callback scene, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's continuous. It's all circle of life.
Okay. Coulson it is. Thank you, Fredo. So Ash still not getting the message on there. Okay. Well, Ash is Coulson's protected. I could kill Fredo here, but this could be the night to kill Ash. That's definitely possible, Vok here. The little monster will grow up into something, that's for sure. Yeah, I can't kill the big monster. Okay, so what are our options, right? You can kill Ash and use the drunk information to frame someone. If she picks Mark, what's the worst thing I could say? If I say Vortox, it makes the steward look like the drunk, right? We'll kill Ash. You can't show Vortox in a Vortox world, so you'd have to show a different demon. So, like, let's just say it's a Vortox world, right? If it's a Vortox world, I would show Saint, because that's what he's bluffing, right? You're right. I can't show Vortox in a Vortox world. If Mark was really the Vortox, wouldn't I show what he's bluffing as Saint?
I could, but then she knows she was a drunk. She's in a drunk ping. But the thing is, she thinks she might be. So what do I tell Ash that matters the most? I would probably show Saint in any world, right? Zon's not bad either. But that won't get him killed. Oh, it would with the side quest. Ash.
Oh my god. The pain.
You finally managed to do it.
I don't even care if this is drunk info. I just want to stop lying to town.
Fair.
I'm serious, dude.
Well, Ash, you are dead, so you do get to pick any player you'd like.
Oh god, I don't even know enough info to really make an educated guess about this. Is the trouble? Like, I don't know anything about. Like, I know probably Fredo is the monk, but I don't even know who's useful to check right now. I should have asked. Tiffy. Oh god. We're gonna wake up before it's rough. I will choose Coulson.
All right, you pick Coulson, and you.
Oh no, am I lagging?
No, I don't know how I don't know if you're lagging that much. I mean, you might be lagging a lot. You're. I mean, the graphics. I can tell you're very pixelated, so you must be lagging to some extent.
Wonderful. Cool.
All right, you pick Coulson, and you learn Zon.
Thank you.
Joy. In a way, it's interesting because if Ash believes that she's the drunk, it means that the steward ping was real. But then if Ash thinks her information is real, then Satan could just be pointing at the demon. Yeah. So it works for a lot of worlds here. We show a minion. We show something that could have been in play. There's no pick for who the Ravenkeeper sees, right? No, okay. That'd be useful as a spy to know who was picked from the Ravenkeeper. This is night 5, actually. Night 5, Daniel. Zon employs, but here's the problem: the Zon 3 would employ that everyone was poisoned, including the no on Nina and Mark. So, all right, let's wake him up. Welcome, players. The person
that sounds like me
that ends up in the middle of the night, not waking up in their bed, dying, sound asleep, just with no head. Ash, who died in the night.
Thank God. Oh my God.
That's
Hi,
good.
I was the Ravenkeeper.
Ooh.
Hello, Ravenkeeper.
Hey. Very nice.
I
want to tell us what you saw?
I have info. Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Big reveal.
Really, dude? Now the AI fucking glitches.
Oh, she's here. What? Ash.
Oh, no.
Figured.
Now we'll never solve the game. Oh.
We're all waiting at the edge of their seats.
I was the Ravenkeeper. Disconnect.
I have information. All right.
Okay, Ash, you back? Nope.
Ash, if you can't connect, like message Tiffy and or myself.
Or just put it in public, please.
Public is fine, yeah.
Whatever.
We all want to know.
I always forget.
Coulson's on is
Gosh, everything you say sounds like
Zon.
Oh, Coulson's the Zon.
Yes.
God,
That's what I.
Ooh.
that one's wild.
Spicy.
I
find
did
that
one
wild.
You said you saw
with
Coulson
elements
as
one
Zon?
arc. Yes.
Okay, wait. So what night was that technically? By now.
That was night 5.
Night.
Night 5. So it's
So
not
there's no way that
the
could have been
Zon
Zon
itself to mess that information up. If that information is messed
Correct.
up, it's either from a poisoner, or from you being drunk, or from the vortex.
Vortox.
Summoned Vortox.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Of course,
also-
either Ash or
Yeah.
I might be drunk, and we don't know which one. If Becca is
Yeah,
real.
that's kind of why I didn't
Becca
wanna
could
deal
also
with
be
Mark.
drunk. We have
Yeah,
no
I could
idea.
also be the drunk.
Or evil.
What did Ash see?
Colson
So-
as the
Mark,
Zon.
not Mark.
Me as the Zon.
Colson's on.
Zon. Colson's
Which doesn't
on.
sound believable to me, but I don't know about you guys. So
if Colson
figure it
is
out, I
really
guess.
the Zon, if Colson's really the Zon, then we probably have a Zon 3 based on the outsider claims. And if that's the case, then my fortune teller knows on night 3 could be wrong.
You're wrong. Yep.
That would implicate Nina and Mark as potential
me.
demon candidates, whereas they
So-
weren't before.
Mark.
Nope.
Nina, why not you?
It's not me. I'm the soldier. I've been saying it since day one.
Says the demon soldier. So what?
But we said that okay.
I'm just saying, if
Yeah, I
Zon is
know.
Like, I've been traveling.
What?
like
I
Dr.
can't
Strange.
hear you through my intact hymen.
Well, I've just been studying the mystic arts, training both my mind
You
and
gotta
my
clip that.
body
You
to
gotta clip
protect
that.
us against the demon next time they come around.
Are you claiming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? That's what it sounds like to me.
No, none of those would have been. No. Iron Fist.
Iron Fist. I don't know anything about fist, and my hymen is still intact.
Oh, you know plenty about fisting because your hymen's intact. Oh.
I think that was an intentional gog, but thank
Oh,
you.
I know.
Thank you, Mr.
Sorry,
Mug.
chat. Well,
Also, I don't particularly trust her.
oh,
I think I need to say hymen for chat one more time.
one more time.
All right,
Forgot that
players.
I'm playing.
There's still some conspiracies being strung along. So if you'd like to conspiracy guess, or you just have information to share before I open nominations, go ahead and put your hand up and I'll call on you. We'll start with Colson.
I want to try Eric one more time. Eric as a minion, Mark as a minion, Nina as the demon.
Heard. Anyone else wanted to say anything? Danny Boy, your hand was up. Okay. Satan?
I just want to say, I think we should meta that Coulson's not the demon. He could be the Zon. But if that information was trifled with, I kind of doubt that Steve would say that the actual minion is a minion who, it doesn't benefit to kill aside from voting math and from our special thingamabob. I don't know if that means we shouldn't kill him today, but I'm just saying that as a general thought.
I want to go for the special thingamabob.
I do like the special thingamabob. I'm not saying we shouldn't. I'm just saying I don't think Coulson's the demon specifically.
Who do we think is the demon right now?
I think it's Mark.
Mark
but
or Nina.
It's
Nina.
not me.
It's not me.
It's got to be Mark or Nina, in my opinion.
I will say no one's interrogated Fredo at all.
That's what I was just about to say. What's going on with Frito?
If Coulson's is on, then it's me or Nina. But if it's a Zon 3, then I'm the Saint, and then it's Nina.
It's not
We had
me.
a long role-playing session. It was very interesting.
I am really
So
curious
the
as to
safest
why
thing to
Fredo is
do-
alive.
Becca, are you evil?
No.
Hey, Fredo. Hey, Fredo.
So,
Fredo.
I want to.
Are you evil?
Danny Boy, your hand was up.
Am I evil? No, I'm not evil this game.
I
I
think
wish I
we
was,
are.
but no, I'm not.
I think we are dealing with a Zon 1 summoner game. I think Satan's information about their steward is wrong. I think Becca's information about their librarian is wrong. And I think the other day one information, I guess it would have been great if the townsfolk nominated Tiffy. That would have helped for sure. And then the summoner would, the question is, I guess, whether we made a Vortox. I think the interesting thing, though, about a summoner Zon 1 day is that Rob would have gotten false information, which would make Coulson the demon.
But then
But then
how
Ash-
Why would
What does
Ready
that
Keeper
make-
see
what does that
the
make
Zon
Mark
then?
do?
That would have to summon into a Vortox. It would make a Mark a minion. Yeah. That's just my current theory. That's all.
Damon, your hand was up
I'm
next.
sorry, Danny. I misunderstood part of that. So if it's a Zon 1
Yes.
and Coulson's a Zon, then why would Coulson be the demon?
Coulson's not the Zon. I think there's another Zon, probably Mark out
So
there.
how do you explain the Ravenkeeper saying that the
Vortox summoned into a Vortox game?
And
so you think? I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
Oh, so we summoned into a Vortex game. I see.
On night 3, yes.
Rob, your hand was up. Is there
That's
something
my
else you'd
leading
like
theory.
to say?
Who?
Sorry, Damon. Is there something you'd like to say?
Well, that
Nope.
implies Mark is evil, right?
All right, I'll move on to Ash. Ash, your hand was up next.
It's just frozen.
Nope, not with that internet, Ash.
Oh. You can always type it out, Ash, if you can't get the internet good enough to do this bit.
All right, Ash, you might need to reconnect. Nina.
I just want to say, like, all of the information is kind of conflicting all over the place. I hard claimed day 1. I understand that could make me the summoner, but it doesn't make me the demon, especially if we think that this is a summoner game. The fact that there was no kill on night 1 could either be summoner, it could also be me as the soldier. It could also be the monk that we talked about. So I don't think that there's, I don't know. I think that Damon is trying to clear Mark. I think that they are on the same team, and I think Mark is evil.
Not, and I'm interested that if I'm kind of sussing on our monk if is not still alive and hasn't protected anyone since night 1.
There's no monk alive.
Damon?
I don't think so.
Yes. So I understand your point, Nina. However, the way I look at it is it could be what Denny suggested in a summoner game, but it could also still be an imp game. If it's an imp game and with the Zon and the Ravenkeeper's information is correct, then the most likely outsider count is 3. That means my night 3 information could be wrong. And between you and Mark, it doesn't clear you and Mark then with my fortune telling information. Right. So the person that is safest to kill now, who doesn't have a saint claim, would be you, Nina. And then we can let the demon kill at night, and we're down to final 3, and then we can kill Mark on final 3 if we think Mark is the demon.
Unless we haven't killed any evil players, which I do think we have killed one in you. But I don't like that the only information that is saying that I am evil is your information, who is reading it.
All I'm saying is my information doesn't clear you anymore. I'm not saying you're evil.
All right, players, we've been talking a long time. I'm going to move into the nomination phase. The nominations
Ash does have
open.
a storyteller question in the chat.
Typed out in the chat. Is it in Discord? I don't see it in here.
It says, okay, I'll just say it. It's Ash's question. Are you here? Okay, yeah.
Can a recluse register as a non-outsider to a Zon?
Can a recluse register? It's a yes, but don't. It is technically possible, but it really shouldn't happen.
And the answer is yes, you did.
I can't confirm. It's just it's a yes, but don't. It's like a recluse can break a lot of stuff, but like also, it's one of those things that probably doesn't make a good experience for anyone.
There's also the world that Beck is legit, Ash is a drunk, Colson's not the Zon, and we just have 2 outsiders.
Do we have any nominations?
Recluse, he's just that we have a drunk and a saint. That's another world.
There are a lot of.
Last call for nominations.
We need to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Mark nominates Fredo. Please tell us why.
He's just kind of sliding under the radar. No one's paying any cess to him, and I don't really have any info on him based on his claim. I'm just curious what he has to say.
Fredo?
I've told everybody the same thing. I have traveled far and wide on a mystic journey to train both my mind and my body to protect us against this demon when they come back.
That's not what you told me.
That's what everybody
told me.
That's what I've told everybody.
Yeah, that's what I was told.
What you protected?
I'll gladly tell you. My night 1 or night 2, Colson. Night 3, Satan. Night 4, Ash. Night 5, Colton again. That's my info. You're welcome to kill me. I don't mind. But
Freeze the number.
I'm waiting for an evil thing to show up all of a sudden now, real quick. Like, is there all of a sudden?
I don't think there's evil pings to show up.
I'm
There's been a bunch of information, but it's all suspect. There's nothing. Nothing.
One is not enough. Fredo's safe.
I did hear that
Fredo
Ash
nominates-
was one of the drunk kings.
Yeah.
Was it getting between Becca and Mark?
Yeah.
I mean, if it is Mark, and I do think it is Mark, we should kill him
not me.
tomorrow, unfortunately.
It's not me. We'll lose if you kill me.
Okay.
Well, we might as well kill the
uh,
Zon since we have info that says
No.
they might be a minion. And we need to kill all the minions.
Fredo nominates
to get to
Becca.
count
We
three.
don't need to.
Fredo nominates
we don't need
Becca.
to do
Cool.
that. We should try to win.
Fredo, please tell us a little more.
Because they have been awfully quiet as well. And then they're just throwing out weird info. And then in a potential Vortox game, not trying to throw themselves on that sword to, just kind of weird. Weird play.
Becca?
This is fine. I have said for the past, like, however many days this game has been going, that we can kill me. And no, I did not throw myself on the sword because we either had an unprocced day one. We either had an unprocced virgin to kill or a recluse to kill, and then someone who tied the vote that I would rather kill than kill myself. And then we had other people that we actually wanted to kill. Then we didn't need to kill a first night info roll. So if we are going to kill me, and if we're going to tunnel tomorrow, kill me today. I would much rather kill a minion in Coulson and possibly get the side quest. Or kill another demon candidate, but if this is going to be a world tomorrow, I would rather clear it today.
3 votes is the number.
Well,
Becca on the blurk.
It's always hard to get a librarian on the block, which is kind of interesting.
I think Becca is the librarian because I have to believe Ash's information is drunk.
Fredo, can you vote?
I think Becca
What?
is.
What was that?
3 is enough. Becca, you are on the blurk.
I will live to get back off the block.
Tiffy asked.
There might be a world in which so Damon is the summoner and has specifically been trying to align himself with Mark to make him look like the frame, and Damon actually chose Becca.
It's possible.
So weird.
Not
True,
possible.
Becca could have started.
It is a weird world, but you're also smiling right now.
I think Becca's librarian information makes sense, but you
Final
could be
call?
summoned into the- That's
Becca seems to have an evil smile, though.
I'm also okay with eliminating this because at least it clears the world.
Can
I will
just be the
bring
fortune teller, Tiffy?
this day to a close.
But I don't like how many people voted on that, and I don't like that both Mark and Nina voted on it. That who have been trying to be
In
oppositional to each other
3,
socially.
Right?
I think
2,
we're just screwed. Oh, well.
1. Was that a nomination, Becca? I missed it.
No, I said, where are my minions panicking for me?
Becca is executed and dies. Brought into the blurk and chopped into many tiny little pieces. And congratulations, you've earned a final rest.
Sorry, Becca. It was just a world that I had in my head, but I couldn't figure it out.
All right, no more. Let's not direct the demon kill. Let's let the demon.
Fredo, my man. This is the point of the game where you kind of wish you probably weren't still alive, I imagine. But
I regret not voting for myself. I regret I regret putting up a defense.
listen, if
They were
you
trying to nominate me and kill me.
if you kill yourself earlier, how are you going to earn that sword?
I can't help it, man. I want to do the side quest so bad. I'm a completionist. All right.
You're a completionist. I love it.
Let's protect. Oh my god. I have no between the 3 people. The one I trust the most is the one who's like, please don't protect me. Shit. Well, sometimes you gotta go out on a limb.
Okay.
And
Like
take a
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon running out on the limb.
Bro, yeah. I gotta run out there. Leap of faith. and just throw my sword out. And I'm gonna Nina gets double protection.
Okay, Nina, it is. Thank you, Fredo. Later. All right, we probably kill Fredo tonight, right? Mark, Nina. So technically, I guess evil doesn't have to win for their condition. I didn't say they have to win. I just said they have to. I said win without changing holes the baby, so they do have to win. Good doesn't necessarily have to win, but in this case, because of how it's set up, they do. I could sink the kill, but oh my gosh, how annoyed would people be? Gosh, they're gonna kill me if I sink the kill. Then that means we're probably only running one game tonight. It's almost like been 3 hours. So here's the issue I have, right? Here's the issue. I would probably want to kill, if you're running at Little Monster, we kill Coulson to bring into the final 3. Good doesn't win unless they also kill the demon. So in that world, it doesn't automatically complete their quest. If I kill all good side quest says that all minions got to die before the game ends. So if I kill Coulson, doesn't that signal it's like Little Monster? They could complete it, right? Just by killing Nina tomorrow, then Good would complete it. All right, we'll kill Coulson. I could also just let Evo come into the final 2, right? Which is unfortunate. But like per Little Monster, you don't want to bring 2 minions into the final. Mark, why would I kill Mark? Hopefully I'm not interrupting too much, Nina. Just you're holding the baby. You've done it the whole time. As far as the side quest goes, you've made it as far as you can, and it's going to come down to tomorrow if you can pull off the win.
Yeah, I just got to throw as much shade on Mark as possible.
Yeah, you've positioned yourself as best you can.
I need a ninja out of this. This is what I want. All right, bye.
Yeah, bye. I know, but I want the Saint loss to happen. I didn't say execute it. In retrospect, I wish I had. I just said that the minions died. But we can decide later if they completed it or not. We'll see. Send the Grim. Or probably gets hung if they think it's Vortox. I don't know, though. This gives all possible worlds, and it's a good ending for our game, I think. All right. In fact, I didn't see this before, but I'll use your method of death.
Yeah.
Ooh, you got that sweet pang.
Good morning, Ravenswood Bluff. Unfortunately, this morning you wake and find somebody who tried to prove their psychic powers by stopping the local vehicle coming a little bit through town fast using their mind. I'm trying to modify this Death Redemption to make sense in our fantasy-based world. There are no trains, fact. But in this world, somebody tried to prove their psychic powers and stop a big, heavy vehicle, maybe a cart pulled horse, and died while standing in their path. They were not psychic, and that was Coulson.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
And the game isn't over immediately, right, Steve?
And we are in Final 3. I would never end the game in Final 3. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, you would if they were all evil. which was a possibility in my brain.
Yeah, I mean, I would still run out the final day. I mean, unless all three of you agree you don't want to execute. Mark, Nina, Fredo, are you guys planning to
I'm
nominate?
going to execute. I'm going to kill somebody.
Oh.
This is not.
Oh, yeah, I wanna nominate.
All right, cool.
Let's go.
Then I guess we're running it.
Let's go, baby.
Fury of Nina.
Damon.
Can we do an old school round robin?
I would love to do a round robin.
A round.
Do you want to start,
robin
Rob?
Oh, I have a full grim.
I do too.
Rotund.
I have a
version.
program.
I'll start.
Go. Yeah, go.
Yeah, I'll start. I'm the fortune teller on night 1. I got a no between Colson and Eric. On night 2, I got a yes between McKay and Tiffy. On night 3, I got a no between Mark and Nina. If it's a Zon game, I could have been tainted on night 1 or night 3.
Or night 2, if Denny's not a recluse.
Yeah, if Denny's lying.
Or Becca
I'm
could
just
be
saying-
lying as well. Yeah.
Or I kind of trust Becca. I think we have a drunk and a saint, and I think we have a Zon too.
All right, so Mark, you're the saint. You're continuing the round robin.
That excludes Denny then,
Denny's
right?
not the
In
recluse.
your mind?
Yes, that means that Denny would not be the recluse. If we have
Nina?
I am the ninja soldier. I've been saying it since day 1.
McKay?
I'm the mayor. I've been saying it since day 1.
Colson?
I'm the Alzon here. No, just the Elsa here.
Awesome.
Saying it since day 1.
Day 2. Day 2.
Tiffy?
I'm the virgin. I've been saying it since day 1. I have a hymen. Yes.
Good
Evil
God.
said,
Is that your special?
win without changing rules.
That is how I've been role playing.
Good God.
Wilson is on.
Satan herself?
I'm the steward who saw Mark as good, but
I am.
also I've been saying that since day 2 specifically to Tiffy, and then day 3 publicly.
Eric?
I'm the Undertaker. I included all my 3s. Didn't doubt until I was dead. I hard claim until I was dead.
I'm the recluse.
I am the monk. I threw it on Colson night 2, then Satan night 3, Ash night 4, Colson night 5, and then I put it on Nina night 6 because I didn't trust Mark or Colson.
Why would you protect the soldier, Fredo?
You protected
Again,
me
I didn't
night
trust
3?
you or Colson, as stated 3 seconds ago.
Becca?
I am the librarian who got a drunk ping on Satan or Ash.
Yep.
All right, players. This is our
so-
final day, essentially.
Did you protect me the night I died? I think I died night 3. If I'm right.
No.
I think it's Fredo.
You died night 4.
I died night 3.
Night 4?
Yeah, you
Oh,
died-
yeah, okay. I'm off.
Nominations
I already
are open if you are willing to make them.
I mean, we should nominate because I'm dead, so there's no merit.
Yeah. No,
I think
we're
I
not
trust
going to
Nina
nominate.
the most
Definitely.
just on socials out of everybody here.
Socials, I trust Nina the most as well. I trust Fredo the least, I think. I think
Nina, I
both
know you
Fredo
don't
and Mark
believe me,
could
but
be evil.
it's Fredo because I'm just the same. The Zon, I just think that Fredo. Why would a monk protect a soldier? That just seems really sus to me.
What if Mark is in fact the saint, but he is the saint who was then summoned into the demon?
That is something I've thought about.
It's very possible.
Nina, our day 1 conversation leads me
Of
to
course,
believe that both
if
of
we
us
think that it's a Vortex,
I know.
that's
I
not
trust you, Fredo. I don't trust Mark. I haven't trust Mark for a while. I don't like the way that went off. I just...
Well, on Grim Reveal, whoever noms me will not get the MVP. I will tell you.
Hey guys, Satan was trying to talk. Let's let Satan talk.
I was just saying that it's not possible if it is a Vortex game, and I want to kind of canvas whether
Kat,
it's
start getting your
whether people
MVP
think it is,
nominations ready. I
that
can
Mark
go up to
started.
5. So the 5 names I see most in chat, I'll put up in a
that he
poll
started good if
after the game's over.
Well, no, because
Start
if he
thinking
was
about who they should
summoned
be.
into the vortex.
No, what I'm saying is I saw him as good as the steward. That has to be categorically false if it started as a Vortex game.
Right, but if it didn't start...
Wow,
right,
that's
but
a
Summoner
lot of
started,
votes
yeah,
saying the same
fine.
thing.
Gotcha.
I also hear guess Mark as the demon twice, and it didn't work. I might have gotten the wrong minions, but
You guessed me at least once.
I guessed Nina once. I did not guess Fredo. Yeah.
Town, I'm the same. I'm willing to nominate whoever. I'm leaning towards Fredo, but if you think Nina is a better pick, then that's fine. But
Colson, you kept putting me in your
Second call for nominations.
Yes. I guessed Eric and Mark a lot, but none of them work, so I don't think it's Mark, just based on statistics. I don't know.
I don't mind doing a triangle thing, but
Nina, on day one when we talked, were we the last people in town?
no, I mean there was a few people,
No,
but we were
I
one
was
of the.
I was the last one in town. I watched everyone who talked.
Yeah.
I was in town by myself. Colson talked to Rob, Satan talked to Beck and Ash, Eric talked to Jenny, Fredo talked to Nina, and Tiffy talked to McKay. On day one.
All right, I believe Mark now because usually the demon doesn't track who's talking to who. So
Yeah, I kind of agree.
You believed Mark before, though, Damon.
Final call for nomination.
All I said was I did a roll swap with Mark. I didn't say for sure he was good or evil.
You've been
Do
fighting
we
for
think
him.
it's Vortox? That's my no. If it's Vortox now or not, because that's if it's Vortox, it's Dean. If it's not Vortox, it's Fredo.
I don't think we have any way to know.
If it's Vortox, it's not me because Damon got a yes on me.
No, we got a no on you.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
We have a monk and a soldier, which I think one of them is evil. It's just a question of which one. And I up
Ringing this
vote on.
day.
No, I will nominate Mark. Let's do the triangle thing. I'm nominating
Nina
Mark.
nominates Mark. Tell us why, Nina.
I'm hoping for the whole thing. I was trying to give us some more time. I think it's more Mark than Fredo.
Guys,
Fredo read
those
me.
two, I'm just not sure which one. I'm 100% the
Mark,
same.
please nom Fredo, please.
Okay, I'll nom Fredo.
Yeah, we'll do the whole triangle.
All right. 2 votes is the number if you would like to put Mark on the blurk.
100% the same, guys.
Okay, you guys
evil.
I'm the same, guys.
Okay,
Eric,
you can pull back if you don't want to use it. You want to
Evil
save it.
this whole game.
we just lost.
5 is enough.
No,
Mark
we have enough.
is dragged to the blurk for execution.
I'll nominate Fredo, I guess.
Mark nominates
His protection
Fredo.
of the soldiers from us, and it's either Fredo or Nina. And if we don't clear this, then we lose.
This is the simplest world in an imp game.
Fredo.
I gave him my info. I've been practicing the mystic arts to hone my body. I don't know.
I don't know if we have six. Don't know if we have 6 votes, but I just think Fredo fell
I
into
think
the
we should
radar.
get 6 on this. I don't.
I'm gonna nominate Nina.
5 will tie 6. If you'd like to switch Mark out for Fredo
Kind
on
of
the
need
blurk.
Mark at
Is
this
this what you
point,
think?
and I hate
Okay,
that.
what do you think?
This is what I think because Mark
100%,
tracks who's
guys. I'm the
talking to.
same. I'm 100% the same.
Oh,
I at
there it
least
is.
don't think Mark is
down from
minion.
Colson.
These feel like the good players
Okay.
voting. for this,
6
so this-
Yeah,
is
I agree.
enough. Fredo, you have been swapped on the blurk.
Yeah,
Mark is safe for
I
the
don't
day.
think it's possible to beat that.
it's not. But you know
Not
what?
even
I will
possible to
say
tie.
it
It's
does
not
feel
possible
good
to tie it.
that I'm going to be the last execution on our first Legacy game.
And not the first.
Yeah. No, Good's going to lose, but I'm glad.
Fredo, would you like to
That's
nominate?
what it is. This is a toughie.
I don't think. Sure, I'll nominate Nina, but I don't think there's more than.
There's nothing we can do
not
about
enough
it.
votes.
Yeah.
It's not possible. Yeah.
All right.
Well, there's
7's
only
the number.
5 votes on the
Yeah,
board.
We mechanically don't have the votes on the board.
We don't have the votes, yeah.
Very interesting game. I'm excited for the reveal.
I
Me
really
too.
don't know.
It's really gonna be interesting.
One of
It
those
feels like
good
it's not
demons.
Mark regardless.
One
I don't know if it is.
Is
Fredo.
not
Mark.
enough. Nina's safe from the
Not
blurk.
Me, it's just a question whether it was Fredo or Nina.
So
I'm
this is
glad
going to end the
I'm
game one way or another. I'm going to go real quick to our polling system and let
Oh god.
chat start voting on who they think should be the MVP. I asked them who they thought it should be. I got a bunch of names, so I'm going to put those names into a poll.
Does the MVP have to be on the winning team?
No, not at all. It like we
No.
said, it's not about. It doesn't have to be about who played the
be
game
anything.
the best. It could be based on role play, silly moments, anything like that. So I'm putting this poll in. Let me get it ready for you. And why I'm doing this, Fredo, since you are on the blurk,
Most
one
vivacious player.
final monologue, please.
As we end this day, town, I want you all to know that my cousin was the demon last time. I'm not the demon this time, but fuck y'all.
Spoken like a martyr. Spoken like a martyr.
All right, Fredo is executed on the blurk and does die. I'm trying to figure out real quick. How do I?
Why is it the blurk? Why is it the blurk?
Why not? He said blurk.
Why not?
Every single time.
One person mispronounced it. And
I mispronounced
Steve did it, and then I parroted it, and then it went snowbally.
Yeah, now for the rest of this year, it's the blurk.
Oh God, no! Chat, don't vote for that one.
That's the legacy.
All right, real quick, I'm getting the poll up.
Oh man.
Blurk for MVP.
Trying to see.
All right, the polls are up. You got a few minutes to get your votes in while I end this game.
Oh, Mark.
Okay, I stopped.
All right. So where do we even start in such a world? Because there's so many possibilities that could be. How did our story end? Well, my friends, evil has won. And a never-ending as Fredo, the monk, is executed on the blurk. Thunder echoes across the skyline as a never-ending storm rages and blows in from the ocean, settling in over the town of Ravenswood Bluff. A thick fog rolls in and clings to the buildings, making venturing outside even a chore at midday. And our young demon, the little monster, has grown in power, continues feeding off the blood of the living, giving strength, and it won't be long before it reaches its full potential, for the little monster has survived this game of Blood on the Clocktower. The town's only hope for the future rests in a secret resistance. Unremarkable people, sure, but tired of living under the threat, one of you must answer the call for a hero. Yeah, or little Mike, as chat says. And a powerful being with vested interest in protecting this town watches, waiting. For amongst these townsfolk must lie one worthy of taking up new oaths, your last hope against the coming darkness. So Fredo was indeed the monk. Mark was indeed the saint. Nina was your spy who held the little monster. And by the way, the evil side quest, which can now be public, is evil must pick a player and have them hold the little monster the entire game and win. And Nina did just that. So evil has completed their side quest. Well,
GG's, evil.
well done.
Good job.
So how does that work? Well, we had a Marcus Saint, and we also had Denny Boy, a recluse. That was actually true, who nominated Tiffy the Virgin, despoiling our poor Tiffy. And, well, you said you had your hymen intact, so we'll roll with that. That's fine. You made it very explicit to chat that we had to know your hymen was still there. You had it. But how does that explain Becca the librarian seeing a drunk? Well, was it possibly a Zahn? Well, Coulson was not the Zahn. Coulson was just your poisoner who was shown as the Zahn when the Ravenkeeper died. Does that mean that Becca was poison sniped night one? Well, Satan was the steward who got a healthy ping on Mark. But yes, Ash, you were the drunk Ravenkeeper who was also poisoned, doubling up that night.
What? Nice.
And when you picked Coulson, we fed misinformation about the minion he was and told you that he was the Zahn. Fretted on that for a bit, but then we settled on that was the best way to help evil. But your Zahn, because there are 3 outsiders, is over here. Eric, your day one execution, who just accidentally did the tie vote thing and got killed for it. So there was no Zahn in play on night 3 when there would have been a ping because Damon, your fortune teller, had picked Mark, your saint, and Nina, who was holding the demon. However, Coulson, the poisoner, just happened to pick you that night for the first time that game, and you were given a no. But the yes earlier was from McKay, your mayor, red herring. So the yes you got was sober and healthy, just happened to be on the red herring. You were right, Mark, in that, usually there's not a monk and a soldier. You just got the wrong half of that. But I got to say, we almost ended this game way earlier with the saint execution. So the fact it got to final 3 was pretty damn good.
Steve, I didn't have to be poisoned, right? Because the Zahn 3 would have meant my night 3 info.
Zahn was dead, though.
Zahn was dead.
Oh, Zahn was already dead. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Otherwise, it would have been
just a
the case,
poison
yeah.
Snipe. That is unlucky. Brutal.
We did have a spy, yeah. They couldn't direct the kills, but they could direct the poison.
Wow.
So that was it. So Evil will indeed be getting a secret buff. And I think I already picked what the secret buff is going to be if Evil completed their side quest. So I'll go ahead and share it now because it's kind of
Steve,
interesting.
did you sink a kill or was there a monk protection? Or what happened on the...
We did sink a kill on the little monster on night 2 to make it ambiguous about what demon was in play. There was a monk protection up as well. So the monk just kept me from killing some of the people I wanted to kill. So Fredo kept protecting people. I'm like, I wanted to kill that person. Stop it, Fredo. Stop it.
What do you mean, bro? Every person was protected.
Yeah, from a good perspective in that game, it was pretty much impossible to tell what was going on. Like, yeah. Unfortunately, I think that's the way it shook out. Especially with the sunk kill, there was just nothing we could do.
Yeah, and a spy poisoner, there was no way for us and no information. Yeah. It was just all socials. It was.
You killed your Undertaker.
It was all socials. And
you should have killed your Undertaker.
Evil for winning on socials, like awesome.
I thought Eric was a minion.
Yeah.
All right, here's the evil buff. In future, from now on, throughout the rest of this game, this Legacy series, the Scarlet Woman has evolved. And the Scarlet Woman can now choose, when they become the demon, they can choose which demon they want to turn into.
Wow. Oh, that's kind of interesting.
That's terrifying.
It's very terrifying.
Evil now. Cool.
Yeah, right?
No, for sure.
All right, let's look at the poll of our MVP from Twitch chat. The number 1 vote went to chat's favorite, Fredo, with 27 votes, which is 59% of all the votes. They loved the roleplay early on. Right? Like early on, like they fell for that. And then they just, at the end, they just kind of fell in love with you anyways. Let's check YouTube. We might swing the votes. YouTube also voted 62% on Fredo. Wow. So both chats agree. Fredo, you are now bestowed with power beyond your wildest beliefs. And also, we kind of built this power. We talked about it throughout the course of the game. I pivoted away from what I was originally trying to do. You said, Fredo, I wish there was a way for me to have a sword. Right? You were role-playing as a monk. You said, I wish there was a sword. Now, what if there was a magical sword that you came across that you could use for the rest of the series to protect or hurt people? Well, Fredo, you are receiving a sword, and your sword is once per game. You can publicly hurl it at someone, and they will die.
Ooh, cool.
A once per game psychopath, regardless of what team you're on, for the rest of the series.
Fredo gets a sword.
That is danger. Big danger.
That is.
Thanks, chat.
Is it an execution or just a death?
It's a death. It's a psychopath kill.
Okay.
But it's not like, there's no psychopath protection. It's just, yep, regardless of alignment, regardless of anything. He has to do it publicly during the day, declare, and do it.
You realize there is a downside to this, Fredo. We probably won't let you live till final 3 in case you're evil. Yeah.
Good.
Does it work if Fredo's dead? Early. No. It does not work if Fredo's dead. He has to be alive to use it.
That's true. You better use it early. It's a good point.
Yeah, just use it early and you'll...
we had a poll on Twitch to see... a prediction. We had 69% of people thought Good was going to win this game, and I forgot to run the poll until well in the middle of day 1. Good had the support from town, but unfortunately for them, Evil did win. And also, just for our story, I think it's more fun for Evil to win the early ones to set back an epic comeback from town rather than like stomping Evil out in the first episode. Then we have to figure out what else is going on.
I was a little worried after we killed Eric.
Yeah.
With
Yeah, you guys
poison,
find it.
with poisoner and spy and no info rolls, it was tough for good.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a fortune teller.
I think that
you
game
had.
was kind of exceptionally rough. There was very little we could do.
Listen, this is called a
was an info roll,
social
you just discussed.
deduction game, not an
there were some unlucky
information
things.
deduction game.
I'm with you, Steve. Yeah, social.
You had a
deduction.
fortune teller, and you didn't get to use the
It's
phrase.
Yeah, you would have had plenty
Yeah.
of information if you had kept me alive.
Yep. I didn't.
Poison info.
Another interesting moment I gotta call this out because it stuck in my brain so awesome was when Denny Boy cold called Mark as being evil because of his tell.
Oh yeah, I just.
But you
My
did.
God.
That was. He's like, Mark's
wrong.
definitely evil. His tell. He's slouching in his chair.
Yeah,
And
Mark,
it was,
when you're evil, you slouch in your chair a lot. So you're slouching in your chair all game. Like that's Mark's evil. I mean,
I love
Yeah.
that.
Nope.
sorry,
So
I'm gonna
anyways,
erase that from my spreadsheet.
that was. You really. As far as I understand, that's true. You have a spreadsheet of tells.
I could tell he wasn't a minion in Final 3 based on his willingness to nominate either person. I figured if you're a minion, you have a target you're going to be going after. And then he has such a candid defense on the block that I'm like, I don't think it can be Mark. I don't think he'd be lying here. It doesn't seem like he is. So I just knew it couldn't be him, and I had to go with whatever was remaining that everyone else was voting for because I knew we couldn't get it on Nina anymore.
I just didn't know who to vote. Fredo or Nina or not.
Somebody early on, also here, guessed the entire evil team correctly.
Please tell me it was me.
I want to say it was
I don't
Satan,
think it was,
maybe.
but please tell me it was me.
Hold on.
And also, Rob on night one picked
Might have been
both
Satan.
minions that just happened to not be holding the baby, or this could have been a very different game.
Was it me? It might have been me.
I thought it was Satan.
I think it was me, actually. I didn't keep track of my guesses too well, but I think I did.
Yeah,
Chat
I
says
got
it's
it.
Satan.
Becca's our note. Becca's our note taker.
I wasn't getting away from it later.
So moral of the
It was Satan on day one.
Nice.
But me
That's
as
scary.
a minion, though.
No,
Yeah, I don't think I did.
Yeah, you guessed Eric, Demon, Nina, Coulson minions.
Yeah, there you go.
I was
Also pretty
convinced
good,
Mark
though.
was good when he said who talked to who on day one. I was like, oh, he's definitely good.
Yeah, I kind
You
of agree with
already thought Mark was good at that point, though. It sounded like you were like grandstanding for town. Oh yeah, now I'm convinced he's good.
Except for you missed me talking to the
You always think I'm evil when I'm not. Let's be clear.
Ooh. Hey, this is Evil Steve. Thank you so much for watching Blood in the Clocktower here at the Grim. If you'd like to help us grow, please make sure you like and hit that subscribe button down below and leave a comment. It really does help. We'll have more Clocktower content coming your way soon. For now, why don't you hop on over to join.thegrim.gg and hop onto our Discord server where we run games pretty much every day of the week. And if you've never played, don't be scared. We absolutely love teaching new players. Now, in the meantime, why not check out some of these videos? Stay healthy, friends.